Hello, welcome back to another episode. This time I'm talking with Tom Taylor. Tom had problems with cocaine addiction for 16 years growing up. Since around the time of COVID becoming a worldwide problem, he kicked coke out of his life for good and is now on a path of spirituality and manifestation. So if you're ready to hear about Tom, let's go.
The main thing about your life, I suppose, that I know is that you've had a big change, trouble with addiction, haven't you? And then with cocaine, was it?
Yeah.
And then eventually that you parted with it.
So what happened was, the way I'll describe it is, you call it addiction. It is addiction, but for me, it's suppression.
Yeah.
So you're suppressing all your emotions, but you're unaware of it. So that's why it becomes addiction. Do you know what I mean? Because you're unaware that until you realise that you are not aware.
Yeah.
Then it's addiction. But then when you become aware, it's suppression, because you know what's happened. Then you've suppressed every single one of your emotions.
Yeah.
Because literally, from being 16, from having the first line of cocaine at my mate's house, I can tell you that story if you like.
Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Right, so I was at, I used to work. I might, because when I go thingy as well, talking, I might not look at you directly.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, so what happened is I was working down the road, Firefly it was.
Yeah.
And it was like a little bar for, posh people to go and let steam off at the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fanny's, Fanny's around the corner. They're called Fanny's around the corner, yeah. But it's pretentious and that, bro. Right, and this was the first before Fanny's was like that. And anyway, I was in and I was a bar back, and I was at my mates kept ringing me every weekend, yeah. But I was I was good with money.
Really?
Yeah,
like saving it.
I had loads of money, mate. I had loads of money back then. I always had enough money to buy the new iPod, and I knew that was a lot of money back then. Yeah. So fucking crazy, mate.
So you're good at holding on to it and making it as well.
Yeah, I was good at making money, but I was a good worker, because I had a paper round before that as well. Do you know what I mean? I was doing round in the morning, and I was doing rounds at the weekend. Yeah. It was always about the money. Yeah. And then when I went there, I'm thinking, why the fuck do you keep ringing me up? Why are they ringing me up? Proper buzzing by it, and they were saying that they loved me and that. I'm thinking, what the fuck's going on? Do you know what I mean? Because I'd only dabbled in a little bit of weed.
Yeah.
And so for one weekend I thought, you know what, I'll take the weekend off. Do you know what I mean? I'll take the Friday off and I'll go up to my mate's house,
Spend some time there and that.
Yeah, well, there, go and see what they were up to mainly. Do you know what I mean? And Redhead he was. So basically, I've gone up there, and they're like, yeah, we getting some coke, and I was like, fucking right, all right, that sound. So I mean, I didn't even think I bat an eyelid. Just yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. We're in it now, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're living. It's like Matthew McConaughey, innit? It's like
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah. For living, Livin. Fucking sick of it. He's a boy. He is. I watched loads of his stuff.
All right. I just watched Interstellar the other day.
Oh,
that's a fucking film.
That is the belter. That'll cry every time, bro.
Yeah,
it gets you thinking though, doesn't it? That, because
circle of life and everything, mate.
Yeah, it's but why wouldn't it be true? Have you ever seen something moving, twitching, and it's well, that could be somebody pushing it from
through a bookcase,
the quantum realm.
Yeah, man. Well, I watched that film. It took me about 3 watches to understand it at all. At the end, I was like, what's going on here? All right, they've worked out time and space and gravity and everything. It's anyway, go on, carry on.
Oh yeah, no, I'm interested though, you know what I mean? It's good.
It's a good film, yeah.
Yeah, so after that, so I've got the bag, and mate, all I remember is I was absolutely fucking charging. I was charging around this room, because we were inside, do you know what I mean? I think we were 16, 17.
Yeah.
16. And I was anyway, they were all right with one. Anyway, I'd ordered another one, me, and he come and dropped another one off.
Yeah.
And that was it, bro. I was involved.
Yeah.
From then.
Straight off the first one.
Straight off the bat, like, and I don't know what it is, but I had a high tolerance. I had a high tolerance to cocaine. I could absolutely hammer it.
Yeah.
And, but there was a fine, like, so obviously then it, like, wherever I was going, I was not like ordering it all the time, but then more often than not, when we'd have a drink, then we'd be like, then you start selling it. Do you know what I mean? So you don't have to pay for it.
They were selling it, yeah.
Yeah. So you're selling it. So like, instead of paying for it, like, you're just sniffing for free, basically. That's what you used to do.
Is it hard to sell it? No, there's loads of people to find. Yeah.
It's easy to sniff it, trust me.
Can't hell, man.
No, honestly, but yeah, no, because you'd be fine. People would buy it off you, but the thing was, back then it wasn't very good.
No, the quality was
shit. It was bashed to buy.
Was it cut with loads of other shit?
Yeah, it was like not even benzocaine. It was like
put all sorts of shit in it.
What's it called? Creatine and shit like that, mate. And it would blow your face up as well. Like, you go red and you get blotches and you were crazy, mate. But yeah, selling it and just for a free do, really.
And so for a long time, it was just like go out partying with it and that.
Yeah, but just have it all. I had it all the time. Do you know what I mean? And it's like wherever I went on holiday, I'd have it on me.
Do you get any sort of like? I suppose it changes as you get older, but do you get any like come down off it, or is it like?
Yeah,
it is quite hard.
Yeah, so like, but what I was very good at, me, which I realise now, only because I've been healing from it, is I could block out a lot. So, do you know when people used to, like, you see people on Facebook and they always just, feel really bad. I can't believe I'm not going out again. I wouldn't say any of that shit. I'd just be like, fuck it, doesn't matter, just next weekend, do you know what I mean? Go to work, and get up for work, I'd go to work, and then I'd just do it again.
Yeah.
But I would enjoy it. The difference with it, because I would not feel regret. Yeah, and then, although there was a time when it was about, like, so 16 to like 22.
It was just fun.
16 to 21, yeah, or 22, yeah, it was fun, mate, and I never got paranoid, yeah, but then after that, it all went fucking crazy, mate. It was like, something happened, it was more like, so, I can't put my finger on it. No, I will be able to. Yeah, so what, broke my leg.
Yeah.
Broke my leg, and it shattered my fib.
Yeah.
And then I was on, I remember being in hospital for 10 days. Yeah, I was in hospital for 10 days and I was waiting for an operation.
And you couldn't have any coke?
Well, it wasn't that, no, like, but obviously I was on morphine because I shattered my fib and my ankle was about, I think they said it was about 2 mil or a mil off, do you know, like being floppy, do you know, like fully coming off. But I'd gone out on a 3-day bender.
Yeah.
So I were asked until like Monday morning when I actually been to sleep.
Probably hell.
Do you know what I mean? I'd done it playing football, I got tackled. Like, shattered my fib, but they said you'd be alright. Everyone was like, you'd be alright, there's nothing wrong with it. Fucking shattered my fib, I'd been out 3 days on my ankle.
Everyone told you it was alright.
Yeah, borrowed some crutches off some lad. Do you know what I mean?
Fucking hell, man, that's meant.
No. But you're not asked, you know what I mean? And all I was bothered about was just like, but the thing is, I didn't realise then, but what I realise now is the universe was, because I was going to go to Ibiza that month, I was going to go to Ibiza.
Yeah.
And I was gonna go for like, well, do you know, go and live there and like see, do you know what I mean? Do a bit of whatever it's like working over there.
Yeah. Stay
But obviously the universe, I might have died, bro. I probably would have died if I'd gone on the universe saying you ain't going there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I would have took a load of gear with me, and then but the universe, because I was asking me, I actually asked a lad that weekend, would he lend me some money, and he said yeah, and so it was all set. Broke my ankle, mate.
Yeah, he would have been fully ready to go and have a big team.
Fully dead probably.
Man. Well, so that's when it first started to like turn around for you then?
Yeah, so when I was, obviously that went down the shit pan, going to Ibiza working, but it wasn't. It was a blessing in disguise. You always get blessings in disguise, like, and this is what we have to touch on a bit more later. Yeah. Because in a lesson, do you know, in a lesson, like, if something like that happens, you think it's bad, it's actually happening for you. So that happened, so I didn't die.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Over like drugs.
Yeah, it reminds you what you're doing and like makes you think maybe.
Yeah, but I wasn't even at that point then. Do you know what I mean? I was very.
So it could have been even more of a lesson, but you weren't ready for it, sort of thing.
Yeah. Just took it as it was, and then I'm in this house, so I waited 10 days for this operation because I was at the end of like, do you know there's a waiting list. There was like a waiting list, you know, like of like trauma.
Yeah.
Do you know, like for how like serious your trauma was, and obviously if kids are coming in, they got broken arms and that, then they go first,
Right.
But then 10 days came, and I said, you need to fucking sort it out because I've had enough.
Yeah.
And he was like, right, you're going in today.
Yeah.
But I've been on morphine for 10 days. Like,
Really?
Yeah. And obviously I wasn't really thinking about the coke, but I was just thinking about like no need to get, because it makes you itch, mate. It makes you like weird. And then I could feel myself getting addicted to this morphine. Like, because inside I could feel like why I got this feeling like, fucking hell, I just want some more of that. I don't even want it because it's painful. I just want it.
Just painful. But it's full pain, isn't it? But
No, yeah, it's full pain, but it wasn't. I didn't want it for the pain. I just wanted it because it felt good. Yeah. And I was like, this is fucking. This scared me a little bit. So I was like, you can get me in. Yeah. So then when I come out of the surgery, they give me some oral morphine, to come away with.
Really? Take it at home?
Yeah, take it at home. But then, obviously, me being me...
Yeah. You're quite addictive.
Well, back then, very addictive personality. Yeah, back then, definitely. And rang me, just come out of hospital, we got some beers, go and sniff, mate.
Yeah. Really?
Like, literally, yeah.
Straight off the bat?
Straight off the bat. Like, it was a weekend, it was a Saturday. He was a good mate, he was Lou. He was the only one who came to see me in hospital.
Yeah. And
we watched some football, we got some beers, and we got some stuff in, do you know what I mean? That was it, mate. I didn't go sleep then.
No.
But then after about this, so I was off, because I was meant to start a job at BT, but I didn't start. They let me start later because I broken my leg. Yeah. So I've had then how many weeks was it now? It was about 3 months, mate, in this cast.
Really?
12 weeks. But that was like, through the week, I'd just be sat here, watching Friends or watching Netflix. And obviously, money was alright then. I was alright for money then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
you had the time to stay at home then. You could actually spend a bit of time.
I had money and I had, do you know what I mean? But then what I would do is I'd go out at the weekend. But I wouldn't go out. I'd go out Friday, come back like Sunday night or Monday, or if my mum weren't here, because like normally I'd have the house to myself. I'd have people here for like 3 days. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what had happened then in the process of this is because I was on uppers, which is cool, and then I was on the morphine. Do you know, like thinking I want to go to sleep now. Well, I was banging the morphine. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, I didn't realise what I was doing.
Yeah, man.
Until I come out of it. Until like.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like, that was when the paranoia started. I started thinking that people were coming in the house and that.
Really?
Yeah. And then from that moment, it kind of like stemmed the rest of the 6 years. So like, it was very dark. So then I didn't want, because I was getting paranoid, but my intuition was on point, bro. Like, even though I was taking like, obviously the morphine, I ended up, you know what I mean? That was gone. Do you know what I mean? I could get rid of that because it was like, right, Tom, that is a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But the coke and the paranoia was still there.
Remember you saying that at one point, like, you got to the point where you were just doing it at home on your own, and like, was that like the final sort of moment before it changed for you? Like,
it was, that was the end of it. It was like, but it was only when I realised it, because people knew what I was doing.
Yeah.
But I felt safer here than I did.
Yeah, we were people in that.
Yeah, but instead of like, because obviously people, and then me thinking that they're thinking about me or they know everything about my life, but there's a lot going on, bro. Like, I had these intuitive thoughts that something was going on in the circle of friends that I was in, and also with with somebody who I used to like, I loved, and I felt like, do you know what I mean? It was a girl and that, and then I felt like there was something going on, but I was like not being told.
Yeah.
And then obviously I get called like paranoid and you look weird, like, but then recently all come to light that all this stuff that I did think it was actually true, bro. Yeah. So to be told that you're crazy and paranoid and mad, like, it goes deep, mate, because words hurt deeper than actions. And I'm like,
it stays in your head for ages.
It doesn't just stay in your head, mate. It stays in your nervous system.
Yeah.
Because all your trauma, do you know, through being a little kid or even ancestral trauma, like everything that you have not released, you know, in past lives, it's like, no, we are the we're the ones who are the leaders. We're the ones who are going to break the cycle. We're the cycle breakers, basically. So I'm releasing all the traumas of past lives, this life, fucking, do you know what, many lives, and it comes out your nervous system, so it's painful. I've just done a video of me releasing trauma this morning.
Yeah,
I'll show it you if you like. Because obviously it's like, but I want to show people that like we have to embrace the pain to liberate.
We have to accept it and
accept it, forgiveness, and it liberates me. I've never felt anything like a liberation. Do you know what I mean? And I am grateful for every experience that I've been in, like even the pain, because I would never have found myself now. Do you know what I mean? Because I was a guy who used to worry a lot.
Yeah,
I used to worry about worrying, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and you know,
a lot of people say that, don't they? But I don't know how, like, to do. It's obviously all different, varying degrees, isn't it? Like, well, we're worrying about worrying though. Like,
worrying about worrying is crazy, mate, because you're aware that you're worrying.
Yeah.
But you're like thinking, well, why am I worrying about worrying? And then you're worrying about, do you understand what I mean? And
yeah.
It's a double whammy. It's like, what the fuck?
Vicious cycle.
Yeah, but really, all you're doing is you're just judging yourself.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So coming through all that,
what made you realise? Like, how did you suddenly realise? Was it, you said like you suddenly got addicted to the coke. Did you suddenly realise like I need to?
I didn't know I was addicted to the coke, but I was never in denial.
Yeah.
Right. So what? So there was a point. No, there was. Sorry, I'll rephrase that. I was a point of it that it was in denial, but it didn't feel good to me.
Yeah.
Because I like, because of the person that I am and cancer, and I go off feelings. So it didn't feel me good. It didn't feel good for me to like. I knew that I was lying to myself. So I had to admit to myself that I had an issue. I did have a problem with it. But then when you go out with your mates and that, and like you are admitting, like you're saying, yeah, I've got a problem with it, but you're carrying on. Yeah. Like you're just doing it because everybody's doing it because you don't know what the fuck else to do.
Yeah.
Like you're stuck in your mind, mate. It's crazy as fuck, isn't it?
It is.
But what changed it for me, like you asked me then, was I met a girl, but I was very much also like, obviously you've got COVID, haven't you? COVID plays a massive part in this.
So late 19, early 20, yeah.
So you've got a lot of I had a lot of time. Excuse me. I had a lot of time here.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of like again. I had not enough money. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't, because I had a decent job.
Yeah. So that weren't a problem.
There's no problem with the money, but it was more my the things that I made, my actions. You know what I mean? The decisions that I made wasn't very good. But there was obviously the ones that I had to make to be right now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I spent a lot of time here. So what happened was I started, because you used to do all them things over Zoom, didn't you? With all your mates.
Yeah.
And that.
Yeah.
So I'd have a lad here, and we would be like here, and we do like quizzes and stuff. But when he'd gone, I just carry on.
Yeah.
Right. And then that got dark because I was on for a couple of days. But also, it was like I was like very aware that it was all bollocks. Do you know what I mean? That COVID was bollocks.
Yeah.
So like I would do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I would be going outside whenever I wanted, and I would be doing anything that I wanted, and trying to tell people that you what are you doing? Like, why are you listening to it? Because it's all like a psyop. It's bollocks.
Yeah.
Like,
it was pretty crazy. Like,
yeah.
The fact that we stayed locked down for so long seemed way too long to me. Like, and how long did it last for? Like a year or something?
Yeah, like 18 months or something.
Nearly 18 months. Yeah.
But then it's mad, isn't it? Because then you think like, why? Because when it's like it's all being like demolished. It's all bollocks. It's all like they literally disregarded everything that they've said.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You don't even need a vaccine to go on holiday.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like if you tell somebody now that you've not had a vaccine, they won't go mad at you.
No, it was like, crazy. Like,
do you know what I mean? But then I remember going in greenhouses and this woman going fucking crazy because I didn't have a mask on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like,
what did she say to you?
She was like, "Do you know what you're doing to people? Like you're infecting people." I was like, "But it's crazy, mate. Because who's the mad one here? You're walking around with a mask on your face, being told by the TV, the live vision. Do you know what I mean? You tell me something to do and I'll do it. Yeah. If you don't think you're being controlled, there's something wrong, mate. Yeah. Like, but I'm the bad guy for just going in greenhouses trying to get a pasty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So when you say the turning point was I was here alone because I was very alone. Not alone. Yeah, I was alone. Do you know what I mean? I was alone, and I used to didn't know it then, but I used to probably like my own company because I didn't have anyone to succumb to. Do you know what I mean? I had no responsibilities. Yeah. But there was a girl that I met, Dion, beautiful man, and she, like, I woke up one morning and I was very much in the conspiracies. And what I'd normally do if after I'd been on a session, because we'd been out on a date, is I'd just go and get my mate up, we get the dealer, and he would just drop it off, mate, and I'd just post it. I didn't even have to pay him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Pay him online sort of thing.
No, would you pay him like whenever I stopped the session?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He trusted me.
He knew that you're a regular customer.
I knew that I'd pay, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though I would haggle with him. Do you know what I mean? I would
use a bit of dissy.
Haggle with him, bro, because I'd be thinking I ain't paying you that. Because like, I remember once it was like nearly £1,000 for like, and I'd been on it for 3 days, and I was to myself, I ain't fucking paying that. So I'd ring him up and I say, I ain't paying you that. You do know that, don't you? And he was like, yeah, I know. But it was like, but you know what I mean? But it was a regular thing, so I was giving him like 800 quid every weekend.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell, man. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then
a lot of your money come from doing the roofing then.
Yeah, roofing, and obviously there's other things that you do. You know, when you find you find things to do when like you're in circles. Like you can always find things to sell, and do you know what I mean? Things just come past you. Do you know what I mean? On your
make it work.
Yeah, you make it work, and you have money. Honestly, the job was good, and then you sell other bits and bats, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, when you realised, like, what was your first action when you sort of just, did someone help you realise? You say it was this girl?
Yeah, so Dion, so basically what happened was I had this thought, and because I was down the conspiracy aisle, and it was like, what's the point in living?
Really?
What's the point in living if all these people are in control of everything? And I was like, fucking hell.
Really, man?
Massive eye opener, like I was having suicidal thoughts. And, but she was very like, mate, she's like very, very, compassionate, loving and caring, and she was like, and then I had to make a decision. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I feel like I'm going insane. So I was like, right, I need to do something about this. And it was a guy at work. I was working for my sister's fella's company, and his mate Andy.
Yeah.
He said, I know this guy from Wise Up. Have you heard of Wise Up?
Not sure.
Yeah, well, they're a company in Bolton, based in Bolton, and they talk about mental health and they talk about addiction. It's like a Narcotics Anonymous. It's like NA. So I spoke to a guy called Liam. Yeah, and he like literally rang him that day though, mate. There was no like, because I've been awake for 5 days. Fuck, I've been awake because I remember going as long as I could, and I found out some horrible stuff, some horrible truths along the way, and I was just going for it because I was thinking I don't want to face this. So I was thinking, and I weren't dying, bro. Do you know what I mean? I weren't dying. I was upstairs in the bedroom, and I was ordering like more and more cocaine. Like the bags were flying in, and then I was just like, but I was a functional, mate. Like if you'd seen me day 5, I was making weird noises. Don't get me wrong, like I was like. Blowing, do you know what I mean?
Like Hollis.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, I'd not eaten, but I was all like,
well, it fucks up your appetite, doesn't it?
Yeah, we can't eat, but also it's like the way your brain functions. So I was just like in this cycle of sniffing, but you go paranoid for like an hour, and then you'd have a drink to like relax yourself down. Do you know what I mean? To like just a little shot,
calm your nerves,
calm your nerves, just to like tie you over, to, like settle you out. And then I'd be smoking cig after cig after cig. And then on that day after I come out, I went up, mate, I'll never forget this. I went up a ladder 3 stories high, and I felt like jumping off it.
Fuck.
So I come down and rang him straight away, this guy.
Jesus.
Yeah, mate.
What did he say to you? Did he try and calm you down? Like,
well, I didn't tell him that at the start, do you know what I mean?
Didn't tell him you're on top of a ladder?
Tell him I'd just been on a 5-day bender and I was at the top of this ladder and I felt like jumping off. Do you know what I mean? I just said I need to.
Well, I suppose you, to begin with, were you like, didn't know what to say, weren't used to that, talking to someone about it and that?
No, but I was a very open person.
Yeah.
So what we did is he said, right, come on whatever day it was. I think it was either that night or the night after. He was like, come down to this meeting. It's an NA meeting, Narcotics Anonymous. I was like, right, sound. Yeah, okay, I'm in. Do you know?
Give it a go.
Give it a go, mate. There's nothing else. Not what I've got to lose. Do Do you know what I mean? And what have I got to lose? I've got nothing to lose. Nothing's going on. Like, the fucking streets are empty. Like, I've had enough. Do you know what I mean? I know that I've had enough because I remember telling myself, I was speaking to spirit without even knowing, mate. So I was like speaking to my grandma saying, listen, I need to go to sleep right now. And I remember just waking up with no feeling of like anxiousness. It was just it was like the nicest time I've ever woke up in my life. It was like, what is going on? So I like kind of inside started to believe in fucking else.
That's mental, man.
Yeah. So I went to this meeting and I made it one of my goals and one of my reasons for going, basically, to talk. Every single meeting I would go and talk. So what you do at NA is
just express what's happening.
You express what you say what's going on, what you're feeling like, how you feeling. But the only thing with NA is you open yourself up with a limiting belief, because you say like, I am Russell and I'm an addict. That's how you come in.
Yeah.
So like, say you've just taught like you're Benjamin and you're an addict, and you give us like how you're feeling. Do you know what I mean? And
straight in there, you're open,
like, but like, so every time I went in, it's like bang. But like, I don't like that bit, like I'm an addict, because it's like you're limiting, like you're already limiting yourself, like you're giving yourself a fucking label. I ain't about that. So I did it though. Do you know what I mean? I went 3 months dry, clean.
Really?
The worst 3 months of my life, bro.
Really?
Yeah, honestly.
How did it feel? Like, what?
Fucking crazy. I felt like I was even more crazy than I would have went in.
Just depressed and
like, well, no, like I'm all over the place, mate. Like, not stable, like very unbalanced.
Yeah. Because
I had so many thoughts from obviously my using the cocaine would settle the thoughts.
Yeah.
No, I had nothing
to do
that.
Yeah.
And it was like, what the fuck is going on?
What did you find to do that? What did you find? Was it like? Yeah. How did you get?
How did I do that? I started playing golf.
I swear. I didn't expect to say that.
Yeah, honestly, mate.
Yeah.
I started playing golf.
Swinging them 9-irons.
Swinging fucking 9-iron.
What's your favourite golf club?
8-iron.
You like the 8?
Yeah.
A little bit less height than the 9. Yeah.
That was a good description if I've ever heard one in my life before, G. Yeah, a little bit less loft.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Whack it far, to be fair. You could do some damage with it.
Well, I did some damage on that golf course, mate. It sorted me out, to be honest.
Yeah.
But like, because what you have to do is, people don't realise, is there's a lot of ideologies out there, and like, you can go down whichever fucking route you want to go down.
Yeah.
Right?
But what you're saying earlier, isn't it? Like,
yeah, but if you are not being true to yourself, and you're going with what you feel and what you know to be true, you're just following somebody else, G.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I remember a lad just told me, it's like, because obviously I was coming, like, because what I did do was I went on holiday with all the lads, yeah. But instead of taking a load of cocaine, I took a load of ketamine.
Yeah.
But it was so didn't have to take the coke.
Yeah.
But like, it was like, all you're doing is you're replacing the habit. But you have to replace a habit, mate.
Yeah.
Because you have to replace that habit with something that is less, something that you know you can get off. Do you know what I mean? Like, say you're addicted to cocaine. Like, I know that I could probably cut the habit of ketamine easier than cocaine. So you use the ketamine, don't you, instead of the cocaine?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
But do you feel like you've still had to replace it even now? Like,
no, this is different. The way I've gone about it now is totally different. So from NA, I remember going in and did 3 months dry, bit crazy, had nothing to look forward to. Was asking people like when the fucking thoughts would calm down. And he was like, it just gets easier. I was like, well, that doesn't fucking mean anything to me.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Not happening, bro. Do you know what I mean? What's going on? Sort it out. Don't know what's going on. Anyway, so I've done 3 months, and then I thought, you know what? I've seen enough of this. I've had enough of it. I'm going to go and do some stuff on my own. Started doing this because what I don't like about NA as well is 12-step program. Right? So it's the 12 rules, mate.
12 commandments.
12 commandments, mate. It's like you're living... It is, though, mate. It's like
Jesus time.
It's like a cult. Yeah, cult, mate. But obviously, I know that it helps people, so I'm not discriminating it and I'm not judging it. It
just didn't work for you.
It just did. No, but I got but the thing I got from it was meditation.
Really?
Mate, I got meditation because I remember everybody talking about meditation, and it is a kind of a spiritual program. You know, like,
what do you do when you meditate then? Like, how do you go about that? Like,
how?
Yeah,
what practice, mate. People, there's a lot of people like I know that everybody's waking up and everything. It's become cool, hasn't it? Now to meditate.
Yeah.
Well,
people say they do it. Yeah.
Right, but what people are not getting is You don't just fucking meditate and then you get there and you're done. Meditation is a practice.
Yeah.
And it's a practice to settle the mind.
Yeah.
To settle the nerves and to come inside yourself to start to understand yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So I did the same meditation for 10 months.
Fuck.
Right? The same meditation every morning for 10 months, yeah.
How long do you spend doing it?
Getting a bit emotional, bro, yeah.
It's alright.
I am, man.
It's alright, mate. Just if you want to take a break or anything.
It's alright, mate. It's good. It needs to come out. So I did this same meditation for 10 months. Like, this is how much committed I am to it. If I know, so if I feel something that's going to make me better, yeah, then I'm going to do it to my best ability.
Yeah.
And I ain't just going to try. I'm going to fucking do it. Like, because a lot of people, you know, like the way people say things, they say like, "Oh, I tried my best." You can always try harder, right? If you're doing your best, you are doing your absolute best. People need to start changing the way that they're talking to themselves.
Yeah.
But meditation, right? I did the same way. It was a positive, guided, visual meditation.
Right.
10 minutes every morning for 10 months.
Yeah.
And I shit you not, mate. If I did not, everything got put on hold. This is where I found self-love. Yeah. That it didn't fucking matter what time I got to work. Yeah. As long as I felt good inside.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Otherwise, it doesn't fucking work anyway, does it?
It don't fucking matter. Like, if I'm not feeling good, what am I fucking wasting my time for all day for some cunt else? I ain't doing that anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
10 minutes, mate. That's all it takes. And then through the 10 minutes, you find, like, you don't want to do a guided meditation. You want to listen to your thoughts.
Right.
Because you've settled your thoughts now. You kind of like, you're in a zone where you're understanding of yourself, yeah? You kind of like, you know what you're doing, yeah? Well, you don't. You know what you're doing, but you don't. You know you're going to sit there and you know that you're going to be the one. Because 95% of people, mate, are in a mind and body control. Like, they don't know it, but they're in a program of like, get up, yeah, in the morning, brush the teeth, get in the car, go to work, sit in the traffic though, and then go to work for somebody else, go home, have a shower, watch TV. That ain't life, bro.
No.
Right? And 95% of people will just do that consistently all life. Yeah? That's your subconscious programming of like your educational system. Yeah? What your mum and dad did.
Being told what to do.
You're being told what to do. You're constantly fucking being told what to do by the TV, the radio. Do you mean other people who are conditioned?
Yeah.
Right? So when we start to meditate, we start to sit with ourselves, that is immense, bro, because what you're doing is you're basically telling your mind, no, I'm in control now. So you're taking your power back.
You're listening to yourself, I suppose.
Yeah, but you're taking control back. So it's like, you'll sit there, right, and your mind will come up with all these fucking scenarios. It's like, you need to be at Morrison's now buying fucking broccoli and chicken. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to be like going by the newspaper. You need to go and speak to your mum. Like, and all that, you shouldn't be doing this. What are you doing? Why are you slow? But you breathe it in.
Yeah.
And you bring it in and you slow it down.
Yeah.
And that is where it's at, brother.
Yeah.
Right? Because the more that we take control of this mind, yeah, and then what happened? So what the question was, what did I find in meditation?
Yeah, like how you do it. I suppose you've said how you do it. Well, do you like, I suppose another thing you just made me think, like, do you think people nowadays just don't get time to, or they don't make time to just spend time with themselves?
Yes, bro.
Yeah.
They don't make time because they don't love themselves enough
to do it.
They don't prioritize their own needs,
suppressing it
above everybody else's. Yeah. They don't understand that that's what they're doing though as well.
Yeah.
So when you say you haven't got enough time, I'll just look at you straight in the face and say bollocks.
Yeah, it's not true. It can't be true, can it?
It's not true because there is no time anyway.
If you got time to watch the telly, or
but it's even this. If you got time to go on your phone and scroll for 10 minutes in the morning, you've got time to meditate for 10 minutes in the morning.
And you feel a lot better for it. Yeah.
Yeah, and you feel a lot better for it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. And if you're coming out of being asleep, yeah, do you know, not being aware for like 30 years of your life, it's gonna be fucking tough to come out of your mind. But I'm living proof, bro. Like from sniffing cocaine 4 days a week, yeah, very much like not having any boundaries, no self-respect, yeah, because that's why these things happened to me in the past, is because I was a very loving soul, but was very naive with no boundaries, and that's why things happened. That's why things happened for me. Do you like, I got betrayal and like cheated on and like all these things. They all happened for me to realise I ain't got no fucking boundaries, G.
Yeah.
Well, like, these are the questions people don't want to ask themselves.
Yeah.
But these are the questions you've got to start asking yourself. If you want to grow in life, what is it that you're shying away from? What is it that you're very, very, very aware that you're just disregarding?
Yeah.
That you're very reluctant to go and ask yourself. Like, you're not reluctant to go and ask yourself, well, my wife cheated on me, and now she's like with my best friend, and now like I feel like a victim, and you're in that victim mentality. The reason them things are happening for you because you ain't got no boundaries.
Yeah.
You've obviously
Got no rules.
you've got no rules. You've got no respect for yourself. You've got no self-love.
Yeah.
Fucking start getting real with yourself and start talking to yourself and asking, yeah, it's fucking painful. I know it is. I've been through it. Do you know what I mean? I've been crying this morning.
Yeah.
For stuff that's come up for me.
Yeah.
But through that is liberation, and through that is growth.
I suppose you spent a long time in your life like not understanding that side of yourself.
Yeah, man. Like this is why I'm.
You've got a catching up to do. I suppose.
Well, yeah, it's a lot of like, but then it's a lot of like, a lot of catching up, but it's also a lot of knowing now, because I was very unsure of myself. But no, it's like all them times I remember that I felt unworthy, yeah, unwanted,
yeah,
like very unsure, very worried, just like all over the place, crazy, like fucking getting told that I was crazy. Do you know what I mean? Being paranoid. I remember all these times, so I will never, ever, ever put myself in that vibration again.
Yeah.
And obviously, if them thoughts do come, then I'm aware that they're there, and they might need some more healing, bro.
Yeah. One of the key words I got written down is I've got stuff on here.
Yeah, man.
Manifestation. I suppose that's kind of what you're talking about in a way. Like you've got to manifest that belief in yourself, haven't you? What would you say about manifestation?
Manifestation is real for a start. It depends, bro. Right? If you, I can explain it in a couple of ways, and what I'll do is I'll explain it for how I'm feeling. Yeah. So I was very analytical. Yeah, I would analyze every situation. Yeah, in life, I would probably. If back in the day, I'd have been analysing like you, do you know, coming here, what you'd be like, and do you know, like what's he gonna be like?
Oh, everyone does that though, to a certain degree, I think.
Yeah, but then right, so what I then did is I started to what people don't understand as well about a manifestation. You can talk about it till you're blue in the face, manifest it, but if you ain't applying it in your life, you ain't gonna fuck it. It's not gonna happen for you. So with manifestation, the best thing to do is you start to ask. And with an ask, I started asking me, I started saying, I'm asking now that I do not want an analytical brain. I do not want to feel like this anymore. But then you have to feel that, what it would feel like, the emotion, to then not have an analytical brain, And when you feel and you become that emotion, that is manifestation. So you're already putting yourself as though you've not got an analytical brain, and then you wait. Fucking impatient. Everybody's impatient, and I've been taught patience, bro, and obviously still to a degree getting taught patience. But you have to wait, because the universe can't just fucking give everybody stuff that it wants like that, or else we'd all be walking around healed.
Yeah, we'd all be fine.
Oh, we'd all be fucking millionaires, wouldn't we, G? Let's fucking leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because everybody asks for money, don't they?
Yeah, we all want money, don't we? Yeah.
Right. So that's one way of manifesting. But say if you want, like, so we'll talk about abundance now.
Yeah.
Right. Say if you're really, really knowing that you deserve a massive house, with kids, and you want like an electric car, a good, do you know what I mean? A really nice like loving wife, or a husband.
Yeah.
You want to be able to live abundantly, but with do you know what I mean, unapologetically,
No regrets.
with no regrets and freedom, and free will. Then you ask for that, but then you have to be prepared to do the work.
Yeah.
By what I mean by that is like, if you are living in a vibration of fear, unworthiness, shame, guilt,
Never go anywhere.
so you'll always be in that vibration, and you'll wonder why you never got these things. Is because you're not going in and asking yourself, why is it that I'm not getting these things? And then because you start working on your root chakra, because all these are that the lowest vibration is all your deepest trauma is all kept in your root chakra. That's why lots of people have bad backs, bro.
Really?
Yeah, because all the trauma is stored in your nervous system.
Runs straight out.
And obviously it's in your root chakra. So you need to start to release it all.
Yeah.
Right? So then you have to start doing the work. And by doing the work, I don't mean going to work fucking and working 24/7, like, you know what I mean? 24/7, like every hour of the day, every week, do you know what I mean? Every day of the week. I mean doing the work as in like going inside and asking yourself like, what is it that I'm feeling? Like, do I feel a bit shameful? Like, you might feel guilty for something that you've done in the past. You might feel guilty for a situation that you've been through. Do you know what I mean? Like, feel bad for things that you've done. And all this stuff, mate, has to be, you have to like feel it, love it, release it, forgive it, and then you heal from that. So that's the healing.
Yeah. So do you think like health is like, how would you, if you would like to decide like, how much of your health is like your physical health and your mental health? Like, is it just 50-50, would you say? What would you reckon? I suppose if the thing is, if you got nothing, if you're not happy up here, the rest of it doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of, you need both.
You need both because you are what you eat.
Yeah.
Right, it's a big one, this. It's a good question, actually, brother. Good question indeed. Right, I had Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
I had Crohn's disease, and I can tell you for now, like, I always thought that I was happier in my head, but I was like, bit, you could say a bit delusional, but I was always quite a positive person.
Yeah.
So it kind of like, if you're positive, if you're positive, it's different to happiness. Yeah. So I'll just leave that one there. But like, with the Crohn's and like the health that you're talking about, when you, like I used to eat whatever I wanted, but it was like I was addicted to sugar. But everybody's addicted to sugar, but don't realize it.
Yeah.
Right. But then what I realized is going deeper into a meditation and understanding things a bit better, like listening to Bruce Lipton and listening to like vibration and the law of attraction and frequencies, and do you know what I mean? We are all vibrating at a certain frequency, yeah. So when we get a trauma, so I had a trauma at school where a girl had said that I'd had a small dick, yeah.
Really?
Honestly, brother. And then I had to. So then I've in meditation, obviously, when I've got this, obviously I'm going through healing the Crohn's disease. It was like last year. I had to figure out what made me ill. So all illness, is caused by stress, right? And what you do is you overstress a part of your brain, which then what it does is it manifests in the weakest part of your body. So mine was my stomach. So through that trauma of that girl, obviously me worrying that everybody thought that I had a small dick in school made me go introvert. Yeah. And it made me like, I didn't want to speak to anybody, and I didn't go out with anybody, and it was like made me ill, bro. Right. And then when I had a TB jab, that was the icing on the cake. I got very ill. I got Crohn's disease. Yeah.
Really?
So going back to what you were saying, like mental health and physical health, we have to first understand why it is we're feeling like that. But then the second thing is, if you're not eating healthy, then it plays a massive part.
Yeah.
Because I was eating loads of sugar, which blocks all your receptors, like, you know, like your dopamine, your serotonin, your melatonin. It all, like, your stomach is your first brain.
Yeah. I've never really thought of it like that. I suppose like sugar is like fucking sugar. I mean, the stuff that we eat is just full of it, isn't it? Like, a lot of stuff you can eat, most people eat, and it's just like you were saying earlier, like moderation. It's just fucking loads of sugar, man.
Sugar and everything, bro. Everybody's addicted to sugar.
Yeah.
You try and cut sugar out your diet tomorrow.
You'd be withdrawal.
You'd be cooking like mad, mate. You'd be like chicken. Honestly, but so that's what I realised. So when I healed from the Crohn's, which was obviously in my stomach, then I realised I wasn't eating very healthily.
Yeah.
Mate, I would eat a spam, bacon, egg, mushroom, butty, like 8 o'clock. Then I'd have 2 Aussie Crunchies and a can of Coke by 10.
Really?
Do you know what I mean, bro? I was eating, man, and people used to say, "How do you eat so much, Tom?" Like, and people used to say as well, with my Crohn's, they like to say, "How come you not like?" Because I never used to think I was ill. Like, this is a thing what people do as well. They like if you get told you got Crohn's disease, I used to think I ain't got fucking nothing.
Yeah. I'm just me.
I'm just me.
Yeah.
There's a massive part in illness, because if you get a chronic illness, like, and they say that, like, IBS, and and mate, I'm going to say it, cancer, because it's cancer of what? It's like cancer of your pelvic. You can have pelvic cancer. You can have cancer in the brain. You can have cancer in your testicles. Do you know what I mean? You can have cancer anywhere. So cancer is what is it?
Well, yeah.
So what is it? A cancer is a syllabus. Like, for me, it's a syllable of 2 words, and when you say them words, you shit yourself or you're not asked, right? And when people shit themselves, if you told you we got cancer and it clicks something in the brain, like, like hereditary, like you say your mum's had cancer or your grandma's had cancer, and it makes I've got it's in the genes. Bollocks.
Yeah.
Bollocks, mate. It's what environment you're putting your cells under. So if you're putting yourself under stress, just like I was doing with the Crohn's, putting myself under stress because of this trauma, because I was thinking about people, like, I had a small dick all the time. I'm stressing myself out, worrying, panicking. Do you know what I mean? That's where I got the worry from.
Do you find that people disagree with you on that one a lot?
Yeah, of course, a lot of people will. But
I remember you mentioning it, and then you said, like, I know a lot of people disagree with this, and, like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not.
But the thing is, mate, if you go on and do a lot of research, you don't even have to look far, bro. Just look at Bruce Lipton's work, mate, and he's an accredited, like...
Not heard of him before.
Have you not heard of him?
No.
So he talks about epigenetics, and epigenetics is like, it's like where your cells are, do you know, in your body, and it's the environment you're putting your cells in. So if you're in a happy vibration, which is a higher vibration, you know what I mean? You're thinking about things like, you're thinking in the future, you think everything's going to be good. Do you know what I mean? You're thinking that things are going for me, like, do you know what I mean? I'm a happy guy, a happy person, and, like, everything goes well for me. It's like positive affirmations, But so if you're putting your cells in this kind of vibration, then you are going to be in a good vibration, which means your cells are in a good vibration, which means you're healthy, bro. Yeah. Your thoughts are everything. Your intention is everything, right? But if you're going around thinking, like, the easiest way to describe this, you think you got a cold, and you think, fucking hell, I'm coming down with something. And then you think,
negative thoughts.
Down with something. And then what it does is you forget about it, and it goes into your subconscious, and every time then you get a sniffle, it's like,
brain's so powerful, man. Sometimes, like, if I hear something that triggers me, because I get quite, like, I can get quite scared about my health and that sometimes. I think a lot of people can't they? Sometimes I just hear someone say something, or I hear something on, like, the telly or whatever, and it's about, like, this bloke died and he had this. So all of a sudden I'm like, fucking hell, I feel like, and sometimes it happens and it don't go away for a while. It can be there for a week or something, like, in the back of your mind. But it's funny how, like you say, like, all it took for me was to hear that someone say that, and then my whole, like, mind altered.
do you know what that is?
Yeah,
That's a trigger, that.
yeah.
So that's an automatic response for your nervous system and your brain. It's a trigger. So that means that you've got a trauma around your health.
Yeah, my mum worries a lot about her health.
So what you've done is when you're in this between zero, like, obviously being zero as a baby, couldn't get words out then, G.
As a little one, so you're 0 years old and you just come out your mother's womb, and then you go, like, between 0 and 7. That is your subconscious programming. So your subconscious programming is a program that you can't even control.
Well, it's what your whole persona, your person, your actions, the way you think, the way you talk, it's all That's your concrete. Do you know what I mean? That is your program, and it's
Your base level.
base level, and it's created between when you're 0 and 7. So they're not necessary. They're not even your own fault. It's not pushed upon you. It's just your environment again.
Yeah, they can't help it, can
They
they?
can't help it because your mum and dad did the best they could. Because you can never blame anybody,
No.
right?
No, I don't blame them. It's just, I do see it like you see it.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't help it. And your mum and dad, they've got their own characteristics. And you're going to take a certain amount of them, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So to heal from what you have just described, then you're like this worry. Then you'll have to go into that little kid, the little child. You know, the child that's picked it up and made it into a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're gonna have to undo it.
Yeah.
And make it not a thing.
Yeah.
And that is reprogramming your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
So you do that through meditation.
Yeah.
And you do it through reciting positive affirmations. So you go in and do the work, and you find out where it is that needs to be cuddled, and it needs to be like loved. And then, because obviously he's been through a lot, bro. Like so many different parts of us. We need to go in, be compassionate, love it, heal it,
Accept it.
bring it on board, and then move on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've heard some people talking about like sort of like mental health issues and that. And they'll say like, I think they don't say like, I don't know where I've heard it, but like some people, I feel like they have to get rid of it. But what you're saying is you have to like accept it and understand it. Yeah.
We can't get rid of anything.
No. Everything exists. Look,
It's all thoughts.
nothing. It's like if you think about the universe on like a universal level, like they say, don't they, that like all the atoms in the universe, they ain't going anywhere. They're just getting used up, and then they'll go somewhere else.
Mate, well, with the thing, yeah, exactly that. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I saw, like I listened. I was speaking to somebody last night, mate, and it was like the whole existence of this realm, yeah, is set at like a hertz of like 232 or a frequency, and it's so precise that it cannot like be by chance. Like everything on a grand scale is being finely tuned. It cannot. You know what I mean? You couldn't do it. It's all made purposefully.
Do you think we're someone's experiment?
You don't know.
What do you think? What do you think?
I think, yeah, we're all here to learn lessons. We're all here to learn lessons and have fun. We're all here for an experience, yeah?
Yeah.
I've been here many times before. Many times. I've been here many times. Or else I wouldn't be...
You're talking about reincarnation?
Reincarnation, bro. Because I wouldn't know the things I know, yeah? Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be... this, I don't want to say enlightened, but I wouldn't be, yeah, I wouldn't be this enlightened if I had not been here before. So I give thanks to that, because obviously I'm understanding of the lessons I'm here for this time is emotions and relationships. Yeah. So that's the biggest things that I need to work on. So I'm aware. So like you coming here and me not judging you is a fucking step forward.
For yourself,
For myself, because I'm aware now that I'm not judging a motherfucker coming through my door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm actually letting people in.
Well, I first like found your page, and I thought, to be honest, I thought you were just really funny, like a really funny guy. And then I started listening to what you were saying, and I was like, actually, I think a lot of people could do with like listening to this. And like I could see, I've just noticed now, like you've got this board. Is that something you started doing since you've quit like any drugs?
Yeah, man.
Making lists of things you got going on and
yeah,
shit like that.
This is big, this. So, right, in the morning, like I was saying before, I come first before anybody.
Yeah.
Right? So if I'm doing a roofing job, and in the morning I don't really feel particularly fucking like, I mean, I need to cry or I need to release something or something needs to come up, I will sit with it. Yeah, and I will get to your job at like 11 o'clock. Because I'm here for this experience. I ain't here to do your roof. But I will get your roof done. You know,
it will get done.
But it will get done. But that's what I mean. But I'm also in the vibration and the law of attraction again. So I'm in that vibration of knowing, like I attract people who understand me, but they trust me.
Yeah.
They trust me that I will get your work done. But you just have to give me, do you know what I mean? Give me that trust, and like just know that I will. Do you know what I mean? I come first, but then I will teach you stuff as well when I'm coming to your job.
Yeah.
So like you see there, 6 a.m. I'll get up. Yeah. I don't get up with an alarm. I just wake up.
Yeah. With a sun. With the sun.
Wake up with the sun and a song.
Is that a song?
I don't know, mate. It's made that up, man.
Just get a guitar out, mate. Start writing that one. And you reminded me of Andrew Huberman. You watched any of his stuff? He's the guy who says, like, when you get up, the first thing you should do is, like, look at, like, have your face in the sun.
V-line for the sun.
Yeah, boy.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yeah. What do you reckon to that?
It's a fine, yeah.
Have you tried that?
Oh, I do, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my first port of call when I'm up in the morning is I'll be singing, mate. I'll put music on, yeah.
Yeah.
Because
you sing all sorts, don't you?
I sing all sorts, G.
Do you like Bobby Darren? Do you know Mac the Knife? Oh, there's Shaq. No. There's such teeth there. You know what I mean? It's like Frank Sinatra.
It's quite good, mate.
Oh, what's the like, main bit from it?
Oh, right, yeah.
That sort of era.
Yeah, I get on with that, bro. Definitely, 100%.
Banging out. What's your favourite tune to like sing in the morning?
Oh my God, I like Jimmy Ruffin, mate.
What's that like?
Comes of the broken hearted.
Yeah, man.
Let's now depart. Oh yeah. Yeah, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like that, bro. But I also like a lot of this stuff. Like, there's a lot of soul music, but it's for the soul. It's not like soul as in like, like jazz.
The style, yeah.
Yeah, it's soul. It's music for your soul that lifts you up.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's I can't remember what they're called, but there's one called Weir, and it's a really good tune. I've put it on. I've got a few videos with it on.
Yeah.
There's that, but I also made like Set You Free, like Entrance and mate. I'll put some donk on in the morning.
Yeah,
I mean, I'll have I'll have FEZ on in the morning, G. Depends what I'm feeling like.
Yeah, man.
But they'll all get me up, right? And when I say that we're all vibration, yeah, we're all like, you have to raise your vibration. So you can be in a low vibration all day. You can be moody as fuck, mate. You can like hate on everybody. You can hate on yourself. You hate on them. I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
So what I will do is like, we've just done it now. You sang, you feel better. I sang, I feel better. We're laughing. Our vibration's up here, bro.
Yeah, man, I love singing. Singing makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yeah, because he's singing and laughter is music for the soul.
Yeah, man.
It's that's how it is.
You made me laugh so much when you you probably remember it. When I seen it in your kitchen, you got that ninja thing. You're like, oh, I got this ninja blender. And then like you tagged the wrong thing on your Instagram story. And then they shared the fact that you tagged the wrong thing. I was just like, that's so fucking funny. Like those videos you do in your van are mint.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do as well, bro. I do. I think that's like one of the things I've started. You know what I've started to do as well? I've filmed myself cooking.
Yeah.
Right, with some tunes on, and I'm going to put it on my YouTube channel. And I just know I laugh my head off at myself because the thing is, what people as well, like, if you're not laughing with yourself, yeah, and you're not happy with yourself, there's something seriously wrong, right? You've got a lot of, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to start doing the work, because if you're not happy with yourself, who's the person you most spend your time with?
Well, people say like I've heard people saying like you've got to. It was someone on Lex Friedman's podcast. He was saying like you can't love anyone else unless you love yourself, sort of thing. It all starts from there.
All starts from here.
Yeah. Do you think you're like? I know happiness is a tricky like word and all that, and you know it means lots of different things. I think for people, but like, do you think you're happiest now than you've ever been?
Yeah.
That's great to be there, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Well, obviously, yeah, 100%, definitely yes.
You've had happy times in your past, but obviously
Happy times in my past, but the best feeling in the world, bro, and I will not emphasize this enough, is when you go in a dark place. I've been in a place for 3 weeks where sometimes I've not even been here in this realm. Like, I've just been floating about, mate, and I've been feeling all the feelings that have come up for me. It's been a massive moon, this one. It's been a massive release. And plus, I'm going on a holiday that I've been dreaming of since, I was like younger, since I was like 18. So the universe listens to all this, but it sees all the work you're doing, and it encourages you. Yeah, but it loves you. So being in this space of like, so what I'm like, with the emphasis I'm going to put on this is when you're going through pain, yeah, feel it all and be fucking grateful for it. Yeah, because through that pain comes liberation, yeah. And if you can't ignore it, can you? What you're doing systematically is you're not allowing yourself to feel bliss, because liberation then acquires you get pain, then liberation, yeah, and then that turns into bliss, and bliss is a human's natural state. And I can tell you now that when you've experienced bliss, yeah, so you've come through the pain and you liberated yourself and you're in a state of bliss, I can't describe that to you.
No.
Because you've cried it out, you've released it. Do you know what I mean? If you keep seeing me do that with my arm, it's because obviously there's a little bit in my shoulder there, I can feel it, do you know, like that needs to come out. And yeah. And because I can feel it, it's like in your nervous system, like that's where it's all stored. But when you've come through that and you felt the pain, and then you felt it all, and then you're liberated, and you cry for yourself for how strong you are. Yeah, mate, I can't even describe it. You've got to experience it.
Yeah,
that's the best experience that I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah, getting to that point.
Getting to the point of like coming out of the pain and like just feeling whole every time. You feel more whole.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Do you go and support your brother a lot?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Does he play? Who's he play for?
I've got two brothers.
Have you?
Yeah, so that's Jack there with his
Long neck Jack.
long neck Jack. I'll send him that. Yeah, and then there's Harry, he plays for Stevenage. Jack plays for Peterborough.
Oh, they're both footy players. Wow.
Yeah, they're both amazing, man. They're both like smashing it.
That's sick, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's so cool.
So it's I watch.
You get on well with them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just had a baby, Jack.
Really?
Jack's had a baby boy, Arthur James Taylor, and then Harry's having a girl, and my sister's having a baby.
Arthur's a good name, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
I like that name. It's an old school one.
Oh, Arthur Flatters.
Yeah, man.
That's a guy from Blackburn. I don't know what. Like, I just remember his name in my head. Arthur Flatters.
I'm thinking of Arthur from fucking Peaky Blinders, mate.
Oh, are you? Yeah,
He's a boyo. He's a nutter, yeah.
connected, isn't he?
Yeah, man. What do you like about we're going all over the place? What do you like and what don't you like about living in Bolton?
It's all love, bro. Right.
Yeah, he doesn't not like anything.
No, go on. Right. I'll be. What do I like about Bolton? I like, mate, that it's very. It's like a diamond in the rough, Bolton, because we've got everything we need, bro. And then you realise when you start to when you start to become aware, like self-awareness for me is everything. Like I teach self-awareness. If there's anything that I teach, it's self-awareness. Because if you come for a session with me, I ain't going to liberate you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you things for what you need to know, and then you're going to go away and learn these things, and then hopefully you don't have to come back. Do you know?
You can't do it for me. And show me a way.
Yeah, but I want you to do your own. Everyone's got their own understanding. So anyway, like I like about Bolton is like I'm close to Rivington. Do you know what I mean? We've got a lot of golf courses.
Yeah.
I do like to play golf.
Like you were saying earlier, there's a bit of countryside around.
Yeah, we've got a lot of rivers and that. I like getting in the water. Do you know what I mean? It's massive, mate. It's not just Bolton as well as like Belmont. And I've made it so that I'm around the right people. The nice people, bro.
Yeah, man.
In Bolton.
Yeah.
And I like supporting the local community. Like I get my food from the market at Bolton Market. I got a good rapport with them. A good relationship. Like we get on with, we laugh and that. I got a good relationship with the butchers. I got a good relationship with the cleaners. The dry cleaners. Got good relationships, bro.
Yeah, it's important, man.
Yeah, it's important, mate, because it's like you make your own. Yeah, you create your own reality. Whereas you could be the same person, or you could be a different person, but going in the same shops, but not fucking knowing that any of these people. Like, I speak to the people. Start speaking to the people.
Go interact with them.
Yeah, start shining the light.
Yeah, man.
And start being yourself.
It's so easy. I mean, I feel like I'm getting more confident in myself, and like I speak to more people like offhand, like like randomly. I think it's well easy, and if you see a lot of people doing it, just like you can literally go through your whole life in the Western like world, and like you don't have to talk to anyone, can't you? You can do everything. You can actually do everything without talking to anyone, which is mental, because we are social beings, aren't we? Which is crazy, man. We've like manufactured this situation where you don't have to talk.
You don't have to talk. You don't have to go out of your comfort zone. You don't have to do anything. It's basically, well, why do you think it's like that though? Why do you think it's like that?
Why do I think it's like that? I think we just, my personal belief is that we're just obsessed with technology. Like Joe Rogan says, like we're obsessed with the next thing all the time. He always talks about that.
Ego.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same kind of thing. Ego, like,
But you know why it's been created like that, don't you?
No.
Disconnection.
Yeah.
Disconnection from self. Because if you're here, if we're here, if I'm on my phone all day, you ain't fucking asked about anybody else because you're just in this world with the phone. You got a relationship with the phone, and it doesn't make you feel good. It's giving you like false senses like dopamine. It's giving you false hits of dopamine. Because if you see somebody do something good, you think, fucking hell, that's good. But you never then get out of your comfort zone to go and do that thing. Like, I'll be in a Bali, I'll be jumping off cliffs and stuff like that. And that's the things that I want to do. But you can watch videos like that all day and you can get false like hits of dopamine. Yeah. Because it'll just be in your brain.
not real experience.
Yeah, not real experiences. But the way that society has been built like this is so that people are robotic and so people do not do the things that I've done and come through, experience and like heal. Because they want people to just work a 9 to 5
And consume.
and consume G
Yeah.
and just be absolutely in the mind and not in the heart. And that's the way that it's been made.
Yeah, I fully like understand that.
Yeah.
I'd take that on board.
Because it's like people have become obsessed with the next thing. Because like you could get a car, could get an Audi, fucking. Say we get an Audi A4 tomorrow.
Yeah.
6 months there's a new Audi out. Somebody will like that car for 6 months, but then they'll be like, "Oh, I need to get the new one." But they don't realise. Some of them don't even realise that they're only doing it to feed their ego, to show off to other people. They don't fucking know.
It's all about other people.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't even know though. They don't know that why they're doing that. That's the way that they are. That's why they think they are. It's fucking crazy, mate. Because that's the way society's made.
My girlfriend always says like, she says quite often like, I don't like my car. Like, I wish I had something better. And I always think like, I always say to her like, that's normal for like, obviously a lot of people in this country are thinking the same thing because they've all got nice flash cars. But when you think about it, what is the difference between a shit car and a really expensive car? It still does the same thing, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you've driven past them, they don't remember you, do they? Do you remember do I remember all the fucking cars I saw on the road this morning? No, mate. Saw about fucking 10,000 of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Gratitude.
Yeah. Grateful for what you got, man.
At that point, just practice gratitude because, like, I have to do it as well. I mean, everyone should be doing it. Like, wake up and give thanks for what you've got. 2 arms, mate. 2 legs, toes, all of them intact. You know what I mean? People don't have 2 arms, mate. Innit?
Yeah, man.
People can't see me.
Yeah, man. It's terrible.
Grateful to see. You know what I mean? Grateful to be able to smell. And grateful to be able to taste.
Experience.
Grateful to be able to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm grateful to be able to be here to experience all of this life.
Yeah.
So and then when we start being grateful for these things, we start to realise that fucking hell, man, I want to be going out experiencing like Bali, like I'm going to. I want to go to the pyramids. Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's not that I want to. It's that I'm deserving. Do you know what I mean?
Man.
Go and have all these experiences.
Why not?
But then it's like then a money thing comes in. Like, I haven't got enough money. Fuck these bollocks, mate. There's enough money on this earth for everybody to have everything that they want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the TV and the government and everybody else do, like the people who are in the system, yeah, is they keep you in a low vibration of fear to like steer you away from you knowing that you have all the power.
Yeah.
Like, people have the power, but people are just unaware.
Yeah, so many people lack confidence, don't they?
Because that's watch too much fucking TV.
Yeah, obviously, like COVID, back to COVID, like, some of the people, my dad was telling me the other day, like, he was like, oh yeah, I know some people who, because he does an auction, right, and he just sells like household stuff and that. And he was saying that like some people have never come back to the auction after COVID. And they're just sat at home, watching the TV, keeping up with the COVID news. And it's just like, go out there and live your life, man.
You know what?
It's mad doing it, that they can get to like 60, 70, and then all of a sudden one little thing just fucking has them. And that's it. They're inside now.
They're deeply programmed though. Them like if you got some people now that are like 50, 60, 70, because the news changed.
Yeah.
The news used to put good stuff on.
Yeah.
But then it just stopped and it just started putting bad. So what they've done is they've been deeply programmed to just watch the news because that is their life.
And
then they go off the weather. Go outside and have a look at the fucking weather. Like, if it says it's going to be sunny tomorrow, do you know what I mean? I'd go outside and have a look if I
find out for yourself.
Like, go on, do you know what I mean? And then that's a trauma. They've traumatized millions of people so that they stay on that hamster wheel of their life. Do you know what I mean? Of that cycle, of that system. And it's sad.
Yeah.
But if you're unaware, bro, that's your place in this society. You'll have to come back, mate. You'll have to come back and redo it again because you've fallen for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like Dolores Cannon says. It's like if you're not aware that everything's energy and you're here to come and manipulate energy, then do you know what I mean? You're going to be living a life of like, well, you're going to have to come back because you're not learning anything.
Do you think it's good to, I was talking to someone about this the other day, like, do you think it's really good to like question your beliefs and like question your thoughts? And like you said, people get into routines and that they don't break. Like, I think it's good to question yourself more, question what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Question everything.
Yeah.
Question if you do something, yeah, and you think, why did I just do that? Ask yourself, sit yourself in meditation, say, why did I do things? Why did I do that? Don't even have to be meditation, you know. You can ask yourself the question, and whatever comes up first, you write that down. Yeah. You write it down, and that is why you've done it. And you'll be fucking surprised, bro, of why you thought the things you did, and it'll go back.
Yeah.
So to a time in your life was why, do you know what I mean? It will, do you know what I mean? Everything's
A bit of reason.
everything's connected.
Do you write a lot of stuff down?
I write a lot of stuff down, yeah. I like writing. So one of the biggest things of me coming, you know, through the suppression, through the addiction, the 15-year addiction, I found journaling. And obviously people like lads and that, they think it's fucking gay journaling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like, it's not manly.
Yeah, but journaling, mate, is serious work. So like, don't even need to make sense. But you have, right, so say you've got this bottle of water here, yeah? Right? And I'm holding this bottle of water.
Yeah.
And I hold it for 10 minutes, yeah? My arm's going to be all right, innit? Right?
Yeah.
But if I hold this bottle of water for 2 hours, I'm going to start feeling a bit fucking shaky, and a bit like...
What is it, 750 grams?
For 750 grams, but it doesn't really matter about the weight. But like, right, so then I'm holding it for 10 hours. My arm's going to feel numb, innit?
Yeah.
It's the same with your thoughts, right? So if you carry on holding your thoughts, yeah, you're just going to be like this, but you're going to go numb. Like, your arm's gone numb, your body's going to go numb, your nervous system's going to go numb, it's going to shut down. You need to get them thoughts out on the paper, yeah? It don't need to make sense. You just get, like, so say you got do you know, like, one of them, an intrusive thought that keeps coming up, and it keeps coming up, and it keeps coming up, and you don't know fucking why, write it down.
Yeah.
Write it down, but also write what comes with it. Like
Let it express itself.
Yeah, let it express itself, and then, but also it's like I felt a bit guilty this morning for, and whatever it come up, or I felt this pain in my stomach, and then feel into it, and it was like regret from something that I'd not done. Do you know, like in my in life, and it's like all these thoughts. No, so what you're doing there is you're clearing your mind, bro. It's like it's an eraser. That's all you're doing. You're erasing your thought, like, you know what I mean. And then what you could do later on is go back to do the work. So if you are in a little bit of a rush in the morning, yeah, do you know what I mean? You got 2 minutes, like, you've already set your day out, and you write these things down. But mate, that's the work. So at the start, when I was on the journey, I would write things down, but then I would go back to them to then understand why I was feeling like that. Then do the work, go inside, feel it, love it, release it, heal it.
Reading it later, like, gives you more perspective, I suppose.
Yeah, but also it takes it out of your mind, so you ain't carrying that thought around with you all day, like the water.
Yeah.
And
You've
then
sort of gone, I've dealt with that. Like,
you're not dealt with it. What you've done is you've expressed it. Yeah, you've told your subconscious mind, right? I understand. I've got you down on the paper. You will never forget about that then, because you've written it down.
Yeah.
You never, and then you've got it. You've written down. It's not in your mind. It's not a thought anymore. It's on the paper. So it means in action.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then, but there's another one as well. So my mate Matty. So obviously I'd gone on my own little journey on this. So I come out of, I started self-healing without knowing, and that was like through journaling. And so then through coming through NA, what I did then is a lad, because I had a bit of a to-do, and I expressed all my feelings like during the height of COVID, saying, I kind of think that you're all like they all were on the same wavelength as me. I was very empathic, thinking about suicide rate was up 115%, and I'm wondering why all these people in this room are talking about themselves. Do you know what I mean? Very egotistical, like, do you know what I mean? It's no judgment, I'm just telling you my experience. So I didn't go back, but in the same week, this is how the universe works, because obviously he's seen that I do not want to go back there, and that's it, I'm done with it. And then mate texted me saying, have I ever had Reiki, Chris?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, what is it?
Yeah, I remember you saying about that.
Yeah, I've never
Don't know much about it.
Have you not?
No.
Right, so Reiki is an energy healing, so it regulates your nervous system, and it can also, it can be a little, yeah, you can rebalance all your chakras. You can take, there's a thing that I can do, whereas I can take people's pain on and release it, which is what I did with a woman last week here. Yeah. She had a pain in the side, and I took the pain on. Do you like Paul? Do you know the movie Paul?
Yeah.
I like that.
Nick Frost and Simon Pegg.
On of what she had, and released it. I mean, obviously, if I'm doing stuff like that, it's deep work. Like, but I'll only do that if it'll cost. You know what I mean? It's an exchange of energy. Do you know what I mean? It will cost like quite a bit of money for you to book in to do.
Just to take it on.
Yeah, because I'll take your pain on and you'll release it, right? But so I went for energy healing, and I never looked back, mate. I went for Reiki. I was connected with Claire. Still speak to Claire. It's amazing, Claire. Love Claire to bits.
Yeah.
And we get on, like, you know what I mean? We was in another life together, definitely. And she's just had an amazing Mary Magdalene like experience in south of France, I think it was.
Yeah.
And she's been connecting deeper, and that's what we're all about, mate. So since meeting Claire, I understood why I used to think the way that I did, because my brain was very fast. See, I can now think, like, I can vision things. I see visions of like things and like things that are going to happen for me. And I can also, I know how people are feeling. So I kind of like, I can connect into it. But I've always felt like this. And then she made me understand why. So like, she was like my first teacher, basically.
It's like empathy then.
Yeah, empathy. And like, but then you have to, so you can be too empathic. You can take people's shit on, mate. And you don't want to be doing that. You want to set boundaries, like good, strong boundaries. So that all obviously coming through this Reiki, and I never missed a session of Reiki, and I just connected deeper, started doing the work on my root chakra. Do you know what I mean? Started going back to ask my dad why he left and stuff like that. That's the work, mate. You know what I mean? And then you ask your mum, like, my mum was worried about me because I was doing a lot of drugs and didn't really tell anybody what was going on. And she has this worry about it, so I had to get her ears and tell her, you know what I mean? Don't worry about me anymore. Yeah. And so that is where my spiritual journey went to. And then from this, I got the cold water. So cancers love water. Which I never knew until obviously 2-3 years ago. Really? But I don't know. No, I always used to, because I used to love swimming, but I never knew why. Yeah. So anyway,
it's in there, mate. It's in built.
there. Do you know what I mean? It's all connected. Like, it all leads back to astrology. It all leads back to numbers. Do you know what I mean? It's everything's connected. You can go to Zimbabwe tomorrow, and I bet you that somebody there that you connect with will know somebody that you know, or will. Do you know what I mean? There'll be some connection there. 100%.
Yeah.
That's how it works, mate.
Everything's connected.
Yeah. So basically, the cold water, mate, helped me get out of my mind. I remember one time in this house, it was a Wednesday night, and I couldn't get this thought out of my head, and it was about sniffing cocaine. It was like, you're going out this weekend and you're getting on it.
Wanted to do it.
You're getting on it, and my mind, it was like, you know, in part of your mind, it was just, I couldn't shut it up, mate. So I went and bought 6 bags of ice from the shop, and I just sat in the bath till there was no ice left.
Wow.
Because that's how much it meant to me, healing.
Yeah.
Because I would not go out and do it.
What happens when you get in what happens to your, like, obviously to your body, but like in your mind when you do ice water? Like,
You don't think, you stop thinking.
it's just all about now.
Just breathing.
Yeah.
All you're doing is breathing, and that's the best thing about it. Because people say, I can't do it. You've already give yourself that label. You've already told yourself you can't do it. So, do you know what I mean? You're already talking yourself out of it.
Yeah.
Like, whereas if you shut the mind off and you just do it, you can't be in the mind when you want to have growth, because there is light and dark energies. The dark energies are always going to try and keep you in the same place like your ego is. So like when I was going to have my first Reiki session, the roads were closed and I couldn't get there, so I missed it. But then I went back, do you know what I mean? And the same thing happened. I ended up getting there. But it was like Claire understood this. It was divine timing, because there's dark energies and there's light energies, and it all, you've just got to push through.
Yeah.
You've got to push through. So like, you know, when you want to go to the cold water, but you feel like you don't, that feeling of you not wanting to go is your ego not wanting to grow, because he doesn't want you to grow. So every step of this way, you're coming out of your ego and you're coming into your heart.
You've got to do something you don't want to do.
Yeah, you've always, like, through the growth, you've always got to sit with that feeling of, do you know what I mean? I don't want to do this, but you do.
Does it like refresh like your sort of mental state when you do it?
Yeah, because it puts all your perspectives, it puts all of your priorities into perspective without you doing anything, just by breathing. Because what it gives you mental clarity.
Yeah.
Gives you mental clarity, and it's like, you know, if you're worrying about bills, or you're worrying about petrol prices, or you're worrying about the things that really don't fucking matter. You get out of the water
and you realise all that.
Realise that you just love your mum, you love your dad, you love your family. Do you know what I mean? You're very loved, and it's all about fucking love. And that is, when you get out of the water, when you first started doing it, that is what you'll get. 100%, I can guarantee it.
So cool, man. Really cool. You're smashing that pear, lad.
Right, really inhaled that pear, dude. That's how I used to inhale the bags.
Yeah, just smashing them down. You didn't eat them though, you snorted them.
I'll be eating it. I'll be eating whatever fall out. Mad, innit? So,
what were we talking about? Oh yeah, fasting. Yeah, you say was it Matty?
Matty, yeah, Matty Davis, beautiful. Yeah, love Matty.
Yeah,
and so basically he was doing it, and I thought, fucking try it. So I started doing it. And
how long do you go? How long do you go for, like?
So this is the thing. So what I'll do, mate, is if I'm in something, I'll do it to the like the maximum.
Yeah, give it full.
Yeah, because I feel like what I'll do is, so Matty was doing it, and then I started trying toying with it, and then I went. So what I had done is I had this experience of feeling like there was a dark entity attached to me. Yeah, like a dark energy that was feeding off my emotions. Yeah. And it was mad, mate. It was a bit daunting, but again, be careful what you ask for, because I asked for this. Yeah, because I wanted to know what it'd feel like. When we're talking, words cast spells, and also when you ask for something, be very, very aware that it's going to happen. Yeah, right. So beware. To let you know, it's
got to be careful with that.
Warning. Yeah. Anyway, so I got this, and I drove down to London to see a brother Antama on a retreat, and I asked his advice, because I know that he's very connected, and he's been to ashrams, and he's very, like, I chant a lot, and he does a lot of chanting, and we connect, bro. We do you know what I mean? We've danced before on these realms. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he recommended doing a water fast, but what was coming next was like an absolute eye opener. He was like, do a 4-day water fast, and I was like, what?
That's mental.
Inside I was like, what? But I was like, right, no worries, I'll do it. Anyway, that was on a Saturday, so like, as well, if I'd have let my mind in at some point, so on what had happened on a Saturday, I decided I was going down, so I drove down to London on a Saturday, went to the 1-day retreat, and then I drove back on the Sunday morning, because I was hyped up, mate, because we had a good chat with Antama. He gave me these beads, these mala beads, mate, who were off Guru from India, Amma, beautiful. Like, I felt the vibration, the energy when put them on me. It was amazing, bro.
Yeah, man.
Special moment, mate. And then I drove home, and I had some blankets, so I slept in the van a couple of times. Have a couple of hours in the van.
Yeah.
I come home and I played golf. So I realised that I'd gone to London and come back in 21 hours.
Wow.
Yeah, and had 2 hours sleep and gone playing 9 holes with my mate for his birthday. So if you let your mind do that, you'd be tired, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Like, thinking about that. So this is what I mean. I wasn't thinking all that day. I was just in the heart.
Yeah.
Because your heart never gets tired. It's only the mind that gets tired.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
Mental tiredness.
Mental tiredness from overthinking. Yeah.
You weren't thinking, you just do it.
And I was just not. Yeah, exactly. Not thinking, not trying, just doing. Yeah. but doing right. So then when I come back, this pain, like it was getting me down, bro.
Yeah.
So this is Sunday. I played golf. You know what I mean? On a Sunday, and I thought I went for dinner on my own because I like going for dinner on tea on my own.
I've never done that before,
mate, bro. It's next level stuff. Like,
go out and have something.
Find out more about yourself. Like when you go for something to eat,
Sat on your own.
yeah.
Wow,
I do recommend it
that's interesting.
because it also gives you it encourages you. It gives you confidence.
Yeah.
That you can do that. Do you know what I mean? It gives you like awareness, independence, all these things, mate. Go and have tea on your own. Simple.
Yeah, man, it's simple as fuck, innit? All you got to do is go out the door, get in the motor.
That's it. Get in the motor, go for something to eat, go somewhere you like. Simple shit, mate.
Go Hungry Horse or something.
Anywhere you want. Just don't go McDonald's. But anyway, I'm not judging, man. It's just fucking shite.
It's not great, is it?
But so,
What is it?
on the Sunday, I went for the Last Supper. We call it the Last Supper, G. Yeah. And I decided, texted him. I said, I'm going to do this. No, I didn't even text him. I had work booked in on the Monday and the Tuesday. I went and did this job. And I started my 4-day water fast. I didn't tell anybody that I was doing it, except from a couple of people.
Yeah.
Because you know how it gets. Because if you tell somebody, like your mum and that, your sister, mum, because they're like, what are you doing that for? It's like, they don't understand.
Yeah, some people who know you really well, they're like...
Because it's deeply spiritual. I'm doing it for a spiritual practice. I'm doing it for a reason.
Yeah.
And then, but also what I was doing through it, I was deep in prayer, like I was chanting Namah Chandikaye, which is, she's a goddess that tears apart thought. So I wasn't thinking. Do you know what I mean? I was listening to the Chandi path.
Yeah.
I was like, it was in deep thought. I was in deep meditation, like deep prayer for 4 days.
Wow.
Yeah. And I went to the water 3 times, the waterfall, blessing myself.
Yeah.
Releasing myself from the constraints of my mind. Yeah.
In nature.
In nature.
Yeah, man. Do you do the retreats quite often then? So like every couple...
No, I was the first one. This is going to be the first one at the weekend on Saturday. We're just getting back to what we were saying. So the 4-day water fast.
Yeah.
Turned into 5 days because it was like, I just did a juice fast on the one day, on the day of Friday it were. And what I've found, mate, because I've sat with ayahuasca, I've sat with the grandmother ayahuasca. I've had ayahuasca.
Really?
Yeah, I've sat with ayahuasca. And
tell me about that. Yeah,
yes, I'll talk about that. But what I felt through the ayahuasca, yeah, is I got through the 4-day water fast.
Really?
So people who are looking for spending all this money, yeah, tell you no, have some discipline.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to diet anyway if you want to do ayahuasca properly.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to
get
diet.
a proper experience.
Well, do a water fast and see how you feel. Because what you've done, mate, is you strip back to bare emotion. You've got no food in, so you find, because food is really just there to make you feel good. Yeah. Because it's like, if you like, I like fig rolls. I know that they'll make me feel good.
Yeah, nice.
Because you stop thinking.
Yeah.
When you start eating food that you like, you stop thinking. You start, I feel fucking mint now.
You feel,
and you'll forget about what. That's why people get obese, because he stops them from thinking about the bad things.
Yeah. So
they're constantly fucking eating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's all these distractions. But if we take all that away, you take the food away, mate, you're left with the water. You're left with what you are, which is 70%, 80% water.
Yeah.
And you're left with all your emotions, man. The day when I made some food on the Friday night, I'm crying my eyes out. So grateful for this food that I'd made.
Yeah. After you spent so much time about it.
Yeah. And then just to realise that, like, what I've done is a massive achievement. Do you know what I mean? 4-day water fast.
Do you go through like stages within the 4 days?
Yeah.
Do you go, I'm hungry, and then you go, actually, I'm not hungry? Like, does that happen? Or?
Well, like, so the first day was an easy one, like, but I'm chanting, but also I've got it in my mind. I'm doing it for my reasons. It's out of my mind food.
You're trying to get that.
I'm getting, there's no food going in this body. I'm doing it for a reason, and I'm doing it for myself to understand, like, what's going on in my body. Yeah. And then the second day was a bit mad, because also as well, what I'd done is I was still smoking the vape, so I cut the vape out for 4 days as well, and I started just doing that on a pen. Yeah.
Really? Just the action?
Just for the action, yeah.
So all you were doing was drinking water?
So all I was doing was drinking water.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. So then what I'd done then the third day was, mate, it was the maddest day on the third day.
Yeah.
It was like because I even spoke to one time, and I was like, I feel fucking mad, mate. I feel like I might be going like insane or something.
Really?
I feel like I'm struggling. Like, and he was like, no, this is the best bit. Like, he's not the best bit, but he's like, this is the bit. This means it's coming out.
Yeah.
It means that stuff coming out. And I was like, right, okay, I'll sit with it. So I'm just chanting, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I went to the water. Thursday, the 4th day, I felt amazing, mate. Like, it didn't matter about food. I was chanting, I was singing. I went to the water, but the thing is, I know that I'm going to eat that day, don't I? I know that I'm going to have a smoothie, so it's different. So your insides are like, wow, I'm ready.
Been so long. Yeah.
You know what one of the hardest parts were like to indulge, because I went to the Bolton Market to get all my fruit and that with a blender, because this was a blender what you've seen the video on.
Yeah.
I went to get all the food from the market, yeah, and oh, bro, like I remember picking up all, and my mouth's watering.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking, oh my God, I just want to eat this plum. I want to eat this grape. Do you know what I mean?
Before I even paid for it.
Do you know what I mean? I want to eat it all, but I didn't. And then I come back home, and then I waited till like 8 o'clock, because that had been like 5 days then. No, 4 days, sorry.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, 4 days.
On the 4th day, yeah.
I think it was like 96 hours I did. 96 hours fast, yeah.
Fucking hell. And that was the first time you'd done it?
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. 4 days.
Yeah, but I'd done like intermittent fasting where I've only just eaten that pear and it's 1 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? The last time we ate last night was like 8.
Yeah.
But you just started, because naturally we shouldn't be eating three meals a day.
Should be quite sporadic, shouldn't it? And when you can find stuff.
Yeah.
That's
forage for it.
Yeah, like cavemen and that.
Really want it.
They go days without it, and then
Body will tell you.
they get so hungry that they have to fucking go and kill something, or find some food. Like, yeah. We're not meant to have food all the time, are we? Available all the time.
No, mate. No, definitely not. So that was over the 4 days that, and I remember it was like self-worth was coming up for me, and that's when I stripped all the emotion back. It was self-worth. It was feelings of unworthiness, and it was all things that have happened in the past. But it went back to it, because it's easy to meditate when you've not got any food in your body, mate. You can just connect straight away. You're like, boom, you're into another dimension.
Not distracted at
You're
all.
not distracted. You're in.
Have you done it a few times then?
Not that 4 day. No, I've done it day.
Intermittent, like you say.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, I really recommend fasting.
Yeah. Giving it a go. Seeing how it makes you feel.
Yeah, you're not gonna die. Trust me.
No, you're not going to die. You can survive for like 2 weeks without any food, can't you? I mean, some people...
No, I think it's 5 months.
Really?
Yeah, without food. It's just
Water's the one, innit?
Water's the one, yeah.
Because you're made up of it, yeah. You enjoying this?
I'm enjoying it, bro.
Do I stare at you too much?
No.
No. I always think I stare at people too much, but
No,
I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
I mean, I don't feel uncomfortable. That's all.
Sick.
I could sit here and stare at you all day.
You've got to be able to do it, haven't
You
you?
want me to?
It's all right. I don't immediately, but you can do if you want.
Sexual.
Yeah, no, we won't do that. We won't do that, mate.
I do need to just send a woman a message, though.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. Yeah, man. What's something you want to like? What's something you want to do? What's like a dream you've got? Have you got any dreams or things, places you want to go, things you want to do, experience?
Yeah, like this trip now that I'm doing Bali, I've had this. This is a dream.
When you doing that?
I'm going on Sunday.
Really?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Bali, Indonesia.
Fuck, man. How long are you going for?
16 days.
So you going with anyone or just?
No, I'm going on my own, yeah.
Sick.
Going on my own, and this is a dream, mate, and this life that I'm creating is a dream, because like ever since I started like waking up, and connecting with spirit, like with spoke to Claire, like, and I've known that this is the work that I'm meant for. Like, I'm meant to be supporting people, and do you know what I mean, and helping them come through their own, traumas, because I've been through my own, do you know what I mean, and I am ready now to help people come through theirs.
Yeah.
Tom Taylor, healer.
Yeah, man.
It's not healer as in like I'll heal you. Like, Tom Taylor healer means I'm healing. I've done like lots of healing, and I'm here to show you how to heal. Yeah. I'm not gonna say, because there's a lot of people, and a lot of companies that are like, do you know what I mean? We empower you. You don't empower anybody. You only empower yourself. And that's what I want people to understand, is start to love yourself more.
Yeah.
So then you can start to empower yourself more, and you start to understand yourself more, because that's what I did. Yeah, you can come to these ceremonies and that are put on these retreats that are amazing.
You just got to hear what you've got to say. That's what you think. You think if someone hears what you've got to say and your perspective and like your teachings, you think that they can go away and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've got I've had lots of clients, and that's what they do. They come, they listen, and they get, you know what I mean? They get what they need.
Yeah.
And then they go away and do the work. Because if you come for a session and then you don't go and do the work, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. But I attract people who will do the work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With shades of grey, because some people that are just not ready.
Yeah, you can't help everyone, can you?
No.
Yeah. Some people, like you said, it's on them, isn't it? Like, they've got I think a lot of people go to like therapy and things like that, and they think that like, oh yeah, this is going to like solve it for me. But you've got to put the work in yourself, haven't you? Do you think everyone, I mean everyone, should go and speak to people, even if they think they're happy? Yeah.
I just think that, well, then you'll find that the people who are happy, will speak anyway.
Yeah.
Because they know what it means.
They understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you think you're unhappy, if you feel unhappy, go and speak to somebody. If you think somebody else is unhappy, go and speak to them. Yeah. Talking is therapy. Talking is medicine.
Yeah, man.
It's medicine, like breathing is medicine. If you're breathing properly, breathing is medicine, because breathing is pranayama. It's life force energy.
Yeah.
We don't breathe, we die.
Yeah.
It's the same, like, we connect, like before when you said we like to connect, we like humans, like that's what we are. Do you know what I mean?
We're doing, innit?
Yeah, we like to connect and we like to share. So why the fuck are we not doing it more? That's one of my biggest things is community and getting people to share more and communicate better.
Community is really important, isn't it? Something we've lost a lot, I think, in like recent times. Like, it's I think it's really important, and I think a lot of people think they can, I can do it all myself, I can work it all out myself. You do need to hear other perspectives. Sometimes, like, when I'm listening to a podcast, it's not the same as being with someone and talking to them, but like, sometimes someone will just say something, and it's just like, you just get it. You just go, I've never really thought about it like that. It's like this one time I was listening to, Richard Osman, the real tall guy who's on Pointless.
Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he wears glasses and that.
Yeah, I do know what you mean.
He's a really big guy, he's like 6'7". He was saying that like, he reckons people like, a lot of people, when they're unhappy, what they do is they drift, that you've got like your true north in the middle.
Yeah.
Can't do it with a mic in my hand. And then you've got what's actually happening, and sometimes people veer off it. And the further away you get from that true north, the harder it is to come back. The more help you need to come back.
Yeah.
And like you said, some people do this, some people go like slightly off, some people are right out here. And I was like, yeah, I get that. That makes sense to me. I think you can get down a path that you just carry on walking down.
Yeah.
And then you don't know where you are.
And you're lost.
Yeah, you just get lost.
That's what there, exactly that, mate. It's like, there's a lot of people lost.
And I've heard people say that in loads of different ways, but when he said it like that, I think it was the visual thing. I think
it really resonate with you, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then they're the things that you'll keep for safe for yourself, because you understand it that way, and you'll understand it that way, and that's the way that you'll always come back to,
Everyone's different, aren't they? They gotta hear things differently, like.
But it's good that you know what I mean? You know that maybe you pick things up visually as well, like easier.
I think so.
Yeah.
And
like he does say, like, if you're unhappy and like you veer off north, and the further you get away from it, the more help you do need to come back. Because trust me, I've been to places, but I was never scared of asking for help.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? When I was at NA and I was asking all these questions, I've always asked questions. I've never not asked questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, and it's like, because I feel like this, and it's like, I want to know why I feel like this. And it's like, I will ask a fucking question, because if I don't ask the question, then I'm never going to get the answer, am I?
No one can help you.
And then if somebody, but like, God's talking through everybody. So like, if I ask you a question, and then you give me an answer, and it's something that I really need to hear, then that's my answer, like, and you give it me, but it's channeled, you know what I mean, through God, but I just wasn't on the same frequency as you at that point.
How do you think of God? What do you see God as?
We're all God.
Yeah.
We're all God.
We're all capable.
We're all capable to do anything that we really want, but we've got to remove the baggage first. We've got to remove all the trauma, because like it's not big-headed either. It's like if you could have like Christ consciousness and be like big-headed with it, like I have Christ consciousness, and you like think that you're God. You ain't fucking God, mate.
Yeah.
We just know that we are God inside, and that we can do anything, like there is anything out there that you can do, but you just got to remove all the trauma. Because as I've been coming through the movements of releasing and healing, I've come into this frequency now, this vibration, where if I want to go and sell watches tomorrow, I'll go and sell watches, bro, because I know that all I'll have to do is read up about watches, get watches in my mind, go and buy some watches, and then I'm selling watches, bro. And I'll be good at it. Because whatever I do, I'm good at. Do you know what I mean? But having this knowing and this understanding of we can do anything we want, is massive. But you have to go through. You have to dig deep, and you have to bring it up to be seen and love it and release it and love. I mean, heal. That's the healing. Because I would never have got like in this mindset if I hadn't have gone in and done the inner work.
Man.
And released the trauma.
Understanding that you're capable, you can do things as well.
Do anything, bro. Anything you want.
I fully believe that, I think a lot of people lack confidence to do things like, man.
But the confidence comes in just going out. It just comes naturally because you have to go in and you have to remove stuff, and you have to not remove stuff. I mean, when that's the wrong word, but release him. Do you know what I mean? Heal from it.
What makes you laugh?
Myself. Yeah.
Make yourself laugh all the time.
I make myself laugh all the time, G. All the fucking time. And I'm sat there sometimes just laughing at myself, like doing things. Things that are just mental, mate. But like I'm just laughing at myself. I make myself laugh. Obviously, people that I'm with make me laugh. Sophie makes me laugh.
Who's the funniest person now?
What?
Like
that I know.
Who makes you laugh the most?
Me, honestly.
And your own thoughts.
Honestly.
Your own actions.
Yeah, my own actions and the way I do things, and like I talk to myself. Talk to myself, and like people like me, Ben makes me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Tim makes me laugh. Like everybody I'm around makes me laugh because I've made it that way. Because we're all in the same vibration. Like we're all kind of, do you know, like, in the same frequency. Because that's like who we are. Because you got to be nuts, mate. Like because nuts is normal. Because everybody's individually different, aren't they? Because if you're all the same, it'd be fucking boring, wouldn't it?
It's weird. It's the word weird is like. And like people being nutters or whatever, like it's kind of like it is normal. Everyone is different. It shouldn't be weird to be weird. Like
it should be weird and wonderful.
It should be weird not to be weird. Man.
Exactly. It should be weird to be just bland, like beige, like that wall. I mean, like this.
Don't be like walls.
Don't be like walls. Do you know what I mean? Be like a fucking, be like a piece of jelly. You know what I mean?
Man.
And laughing, like I said before, like food for the soul. My sister makes me laugh. You know what I mean? Mum, dad, you know, everyone makes me laugh, but in a different way.
So, do you know your dad nowadays then, or?
Yeah.
When did you first? Because he wasn't in your life for a long time.
Well, obviously when we were here, and my mum brought us up, he was like living in London, so we used to see him every now and again. And then obviously there was some healing involved. Like obviously I was keeping him at arm's length, but we spoke. But now it's more like we're on a level playing field, kind of understanding each other, and it's like respecting each other. Because there's a lot of pressure that parents put on you as a kid. It's like they don't even know they're doing it though, but they guilt trip you, and they don't fucking know they're doing it. So
they can manipulate you, but they don't know.
But they don't know they're doing it.
They don't know what the reaction might be to that. Like.
But then if you tell them that, they got to look at themselves, don't they? That's what I started doing.
And that helped.
Started being full on like truthful, mate. So like, why are you doing that? Because like you've done this because look, like you just guilt tripped me. And like it's like they look at you like, oh, and you're like, and exactly. I'm your son. It's like, and then they got this excuse like, well, they make excuses up then. But then if they are, do you know what I mean, want to do the work and they're on a like a similar path, they will sit with themselves.
If they're ready for it.
You got to start though, like being fully truthful, mate. I'm not fucking about here. I'm on about like telling people exactly what you feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, 100%. Being truthful, being honest.
It's like some people don't get on with their mums and dads, yeah? Not an issue, mate. Not an issue for me, that.
Yeah.
Because you find your soul family. When you find your soul family,
Yeah.
like, yeah, your family is blood.
Yeah.
But they ain't your spirit, bro. They ain't your soul. When
Yeah.
you find your soul family, it's different.
Yeah, you can find someone you connect with, like...
Yeah, because then you're on the same vibration. You know, I have a mate, Nathan, right? Funny, mate. When we're like talking and together, there ain't nothing that we're gonna like. We could do anything. It could take over the world, mate.
Yeah.
Like we like make each other laugh, but they knows what I'm thinking. I know what he's thinking. I know how he's feeling, and I can ask him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with your family, it's difficult because they're judging you.
Yeah. Yeah,
without knowing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary, isn't it? Like, you just grow up with it, and you don't question it until you're a little bit older, like... Yeah.
No, some people don't ever do it, though.
Yeah.
But I feel like what I've been put on this earth to do, yeah, is to get people to start taking responsibility for thinking that all the world owes them something. Like this has happened, like a victim mindset. I'm here to tell people that there's a reason why that's happened for you. Like it's happened for you, it's not happened to you. Like get accountability. Yeah.
It happens, sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's happened for you because you there's obviously something that you're not looking at deeper. Like, if something really bad's happening to you, for you, then it means that you might have, like I said, with no boundaries, you might have had a really bad trauma that's made you very, like, mischievous, do you know what I mean? Very, like, narcissistic. Or you could have, could be very manipulative. But you go one way or the other. You go either introvert or extrovert, you decide to do good things for people or bad.
Yeah.
Either way, you go the same way, you got the same trauma, but you've had the same, do you know what I mean? You had the same same experience, the same trauma, but your soul decides, or your mind, I can't figure out which one it is, which way you go to either be a narcissist or be empathic.
Yeah.
But you all come back to the same spot, which is love at the end of the day.
That's what matters.
Love is everything.
Yeah, man. Got to connect with people and show love to them, haven't you?
Being present in this moment, being present in the eternal present moment is where it's at.
Yeah, man.
For me, anyway.
I think you're right, though. I think it's like balance between the two. Like, if you're right in the middle, and you...
Do you know the best way to manifest?
Yeah.
Right? Is to think about something, hold it in your head, like hold that emotion, then forget about it, because then the universe does its work.
Yeah.
It's like on Friday, I had a thought download of like, might need a COVID pass to go to Bali. So I had a look, and you do.
Yeah.
But you also can get it from a doctor's note. You can have an exemption. So I didn't fuss about it. Yeah. And also I needed a visa, but I didn't fuss about it either. I just went online, bought it, done. Yeah.
Sorted it.
So I sorted it, but also I didn't worry about this doctor's note because I knew it'd be sorted because I was guided by the universe. Yeah. That would help me. It would get me there because I trust in God and I trust the universe that it will never let me down.
Yeah.
So what I did do is yesterday I went playing golf, and this is I'll tell you the full sequence of it. It's a great story.
Yeah.
So I went playing golf. So in the morning I went to the bank. Then I went and then I did a few errands. Which were like 20 minutes each. And then I come home and I got my golf clubs. And I went playing golf. Talked to the golf pro for a bit. Then I went up the back 9 instead of the front 9. So all these situations then led me to thinking, right, I want a bacon and sausage sandwich because some old thoughts started coming in, and I'm thinking like, I've not had a bacon and sausage sandwich for ages. You know what I mean? Because I don't really, like pork is, they say it's low vibrational, but for me, you know what I mean? It's got it used to, when I was like a kid growing up, my uncle Bert and that, and my grandma, we used to love having bacon and sausage, so that's what I was going staple. Just nourishing the inner child. But then I went to the butcher's. So I've spent like some time in there talking to the butcher, and then I've come out of there and gone and get some ketchup from the shop, some tomato sauce and some brown sauce. And then my old doctor mate walked in the shop. So I mentioned to him that I'm going here, but I need a medical exemption letter. Bang, he said he'd give me one.
Really?
Mate, and that's it. That's the trust in the universe. I didn't fret about it.
You were on with your day, and then...
Got on with my day, mate. Presented itself to me.
Yeah, man.
Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
all that stress and all that worry, you don't need it.
Yeah, you could have just done your day like you did and got to that point and you did it. And it
It happened, mate. Just being. That's all I was doing was being.
Yeah.
And it's fucking amazing.
Didn't have to
You
worry.
can't write that because you cannot write that because I had to have all them synchronicities. Yeah, that all that time had to be done like that for me to see the doctor at that point.
Yeah. Was the sandwich good as well?
The sandwich is fucking amazing, Jake.
Brown sauce and ketchup.
Brown sauce and ketchup.
I've never had that. I've only ever had one or the other.
Yeah, I've all together. Do you remember that fruity sauce I used to do?
Yeah, yeah.
It tastes a bit like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What's your favourite condiment? HP. It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a proper northern sauce, mate.
It is, mate. It is my favourite, but I mean, I don't really do sauces anymore that I've actually just realised, yeah.
Mainly dry.
Well, I don't know, I'll just be on the chicken and the rice and that, but
Yeah, man.
yeah, with the
Protein.
Yeah, but with the sauce out of the, or fish and, well, I'll have a sauce that's obviously do you know, like marinated with the chicken,
Yeah.
or the vegetables will make a little sauce for themselves.
Yeah, man. I feel like one of the main things that like affects me is like when I eat. Sometimes I'll just go through a bit of a phase and just eat like badly.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's bad for your whole feeling, isn't it?
Mm.
Like everything about it. You feel awful, don't you? Then you go, fuck, I've got to get myself out of this. I've got to eat something better.
I spoke about this on TikTok. So,
I don't have TikTok actually.
do you know?
No.
It's good, mate.
Yeah.
So, TikTok, so what I spoke about was there is no, so when we're labelling food, like we label it good, well, people do, they label it good and bad, don't they?
Yeah.
When, in retrospect, yeah, and in reality, there is no good and bad food. It's just how you're thinking about it, right? So, yes, if you're going to eat a chocolate cake, it's full of chocolate, full of sugar, it might be a bit low vibrational, you know? And you've got a dragon fruit, which is high vibrational, because obviously it's goodness going into you. But if you was to eat a chocolate cake, yeah, and you really like chocolate, it would make you feel as good as the dragon fruit, because you're inside your subconscious is telling you that this is really good for you. But also your dopamine levels and your like inner child is going to buzz in at this chocolate cake. So there is no good and bad. It's just how you think about it. So if you think that you've got to get out of a cycle, then you really have to go and look at in your subconscious and tell yourself there is no good and bad food. Yeah. It's just how you're thinking about it, and it's okay to eat chocolate. Yeah, and also it's okay to have. I had a hot dog the other day, G.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's letting yourself have these things because they're not bad foods. Because like
You can have them. Yeah.
as a kid, I was buzzing off a hot dog. Do you know what I mean? But like to stay in a high vibration, we just can't be eating hot dogs 24/7 a day. Do you know what I mean? 24 hours a day.
Moderation. Yeah.
In moderation again. But do you know what I mean?
You enjoy it more as well, don't you?
Well, yeah.
It's one of the things I've started to realise as I get older, because I'm like 26 now. Like, I've realised, like, for example, I like playing like video games sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm that generation where like a lot of people of my age play video games, and I enjoy it more when I've like not been on it all week, and then I play it on Sunday, and like I appreciate it more. And it's the same with everything, isn't it? Everything's like that. It's all relative. Like,
All relative.
yeah, man, you gotta like anything you enjoy, you gotta like savor it a bit.
Yeah, don't overdo it.
Yeah, man.
Don't overindulge in it.
Anything.
Like you were saying then about the video games and about the food. Like my thing's food because I love food, mate.
Yeah.
And I was beating myself up. I was fucking eating like many fig rolls, but after that water fast, what I did do is a week later. That's when I stopped smoking the vape because I started again and it tasted weird. So I just stopped smoking the vape then.
You got rid of it.
And yeah, but then what I did do is I started eating a bit more sugar. But I was all right with eating more sugar than smoking a vape because I know that I can stop the sugar addiction because I've done it in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? With my Crohn's, I stopped eating sugar and I've put myself on a limit. Do you know what I mean? And I was watching the sugar, like calories and that. So I know that I can stop that because I've already done it. Do you know what I mean? So you've got to take things with moderation. But then if you're going to replace a habit, replace it with something that you know that you can overcome easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easier to control.
Smoking and stuff like that. It's the big ones because obviously it got me through a lot of stuff. Do you know what I mean? You have to appreciate it. Well, it got me.
What inspires you?
Me. I know it sounds a bit mad, but yeah. Me, mate, because it's like from where I've come from to where I am now, and I'm inspired to see where I'm.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know, because I'm not putting any stops on this journey. I'm just letting the universe decide where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm just doing mate.
You're just saying yes and going for it.
Just going, that's what we're doing, mate. Yeah.
100%.
There's a lot of inspiration. Like, I see a lot of people, and I hear a lot of things that like people doing, like, but really, mate, I inspire myself. People do good things, and that's their journey, innit?
Yeah.
Don't get hooked on. Yeah, you can have inspirational quotes and things like that that get you going, but really, like I think it's Matthew McConaughey again. It's like, I think it was, so in 10 years time, like, that inspires me to see where I'm gonna be. Yeah, it was. I think it was off him that, like, it kind of like hit home. I was like, that's how I feel, because to see where I was, to see where I am, and then to see where I'm gonna be,
it's all going up. Things are happening. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's good to. I mean, obviously, like, we're talking about past, present, future, but you have got to go. You have got to be able to see, like, what you're doing now, and the thing about, like, you know, being a better person today than I was yesterday, sort of thing. If you're not doing that, then you're not going to feel happy, I don't think. And it's not, even if it's just like a tiny little bit, like a little thing, like, you know, you know, oh, I spoke to my mum. I don't normally speak to her or whatever, like, as much. I'll give her a call and chat to her or whatever.
It's them small things, mate. Like, people think, like, when you're changing, yeah, when you're making life changes, yeah, you have to do one step at a time, right? So when I was coming off the cocaine, I made it a thing that, because I was very expressive anyway, and I would speak to anybody, yeah. So I was speaking at them meetings, yeah. But then it was like going to the cold water. I would make it a thing, like, do you know what I mean? You need to. It's commitment. It's commitment to change. But just don't put loads and loads of pressure on yourself. Like, don't say you've got to get up at 5 o'clock, then you've got to go to sauna, you've got to go on for a run, and then a cold shower.
All in a map.
After you've just been sniffing cocaine for 15 years. You ain't going to do all these things. It's incomprehensible. You ain't going to be able to keep it up.
Step by step.
Step by step, mate. One thing. And also, consistently changing. Like, you got to be consistent, but you got to be able to consistently change. So, like, I knew that what wasn't feasible and what wasn't going to serve me well was me going to the reservoir every morning, yeah? I just wasn't going to be able to do it. So I had to make the shower a good alternative. Yeah, I had to make it a good alternative because, but I know that all I want to do is get my fix and my I want to get my feel good, my water
energy and that,
that energy, and I want to feel good, and I need to make sure that shower is gonna suffice the feeling that I've, like, been to the lake, or, do you know what I mean, to the reservoir, because people get stuck in a loop. Yeah, I've not been to there for ages, and I need to go. You don't need to do anything. You just need to make sure that you'll be all right changing your routine. Yeah, because changing your routine, it's like sometimes, like, I'll chant in the morning, yeah, but sometimes I won't.
Yeah, you don't need to.
But I don't need to, but I need to make sure that I'm okay with that. Because if all day then I'm going around thinking, I've not chanted today, fucking hell, something bad's going to happen. It's not. Do you know what I mean? We need to start. See, so there's layers to it, mate. At first, it's one change, yeah. It's like you'll change, you go to the water, make yourself feel good, you have a meditation, good. But then you have to change that, because sometimes you might not be able to meditate.
So it's gradual, yeah.
It's gradual, mate, but then it's everything in moderation again.
Yeah, it's the same thing,
But
isn't it?
being okay with the changes that you're making, because you are making the changes.
Yeah.
But it's making yourself aware that you're going to be okay if you don't go and have 5 ice baths, you know what I mean, in the week. You're going to be okay.
Yeah.
Don't fucking worry about it. Do you know what I mean? You're going to be okay if you don't meditate in the morning. Just do it at night. Because one thing I will say, I've never missed a meditation. The one thing I've never missed is a meditation.
When you need it.
No, all the time, constantly.
Really?
Like, every day, meditate. Honestly, every day, meditation is the key, because it gives you self-awareness. And what is awareness, right? So I got this off a brother, Martin, and it's the best way to describe awareness. Like, what do you think awareness is?
I suppose it's just like, I mean, if you talk about, like, awareness of yourself, understanding your habits, understanding, like, why you do things, I suppose, and, like, not just accepting it, going, right, oh yeah, I'm doing that maybe because of this. Should I be doing that?
So that's like self-awareness, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but awareness, right? So,
I mean, like, awareness of the outer world.
Yeah. So, like, awareness, no, we're aware that we're here talking, yeah, But if I ask you to be aware, no, go in to your house, you're aware of where your house is, aren't you?
Yeah.
So you could say that awareness is everywhere, yeah? So awareness is everything, yeah? But at the same time, because you can't see it, touch it, feel it, it's nothing, right?
Yeah.
So then when you shut your eyes, yeah, and you breathe in, and you realise that your heart's beating, and you become aware of the inner world, do you know what I mean? Your heart's beating,
Yeah.
You're aware that you're breathing, you know what I mean? You're aware that you're here, in the here and now, yeah? Then that means that you're everything, because you're aware. Awareness is everything, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're breathing in, and then what that does is it makes you realise that it gives you more self-awareness, yeah? So then what self-awareness gives you, it makes you become more into the emotional body, so then you start to feel how you really feel inside.
Yeah.
Right? And then when you're around people and your body's like not liking it and you're like, I don't really want to be here, that's when you start to become more aware of the outer things, of like people you want to be spending time with, people you don't want to be spending time with, places you want to go, places you don't want to go. So self-awareness comes from meditation. Yeah, and meditation is the key to self-awareness.
Understanding your own feelings.
Yeah, and self-awareness is a key to alignment.
Yeah, man.
For me, anyway.
What's your ideal sort of day? What would happen in your ideal day, simply?
Ideal day, G. Up, have a little sing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Have a chanting. Om Gana Pataye Namaha, Om Namas Chandikaye, you know, Om Namah Shivaya, what's that other one? Om Namriti Swariye Namaha. Do you know what I mean? Invoking gods and goddesses into your life to just like make it a bit, do you know what I mean? Make it a bit more peaceful, make it a bit more, yeah, nice and manageable, yeah. And then hot shower, cold shower, good stretch,
yeah,
bit of exercise, sauna,
yeah,
sauna and a cold like shower, talking with mates, bit of golf,
yeah,
good food, nice food. We'll change that. Nice food like fruits and that.
Yeah.
Go up to the river, have a fire.
Having a fire is great, isn't it? Fire's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, mate, bro. And then pull the camping out.
It's isn't it mental how good it feels to be next to a fire? I don't understand. You can't explain it, can you? It's mental, man. It's
like when you make fire as well, it makes it that bit more primal because you've made that fire. Do you know what I mean? You've gone out into the woods and you've made a fire and it's like, what?
You ever watched Primitive Technology on YouTube? He's a geezer in Australia, right?
Yeah.
And he just goes out in the woods.
Yeah.
No modern technology at all.
Yeah.
Apart from the camera he's filming it with. He's just got shorts on, nothing else.
Yeah.
He's like you, he's fucking buff, like. And he just like makes fire with his hands, makes like clay huts, makes tiles for his house.
Really?
Yeah, man. Like finds like iron in the clay and like makes like tools out of it and shit. Basically lives like 10,000 years ago.
Yeah.
I recommend it, mate. I reckon you'd really like it.
I think I'll give it a go, G.
Primitive Technology.
Yeah.
Really big YouTube channel. But like, he don't talk either. He never talks. All you do is you just listen to the sound of the nature.
Oh my word, yeah.
It's meditative, like in a way, like.
Yeah.
And but yeah, he's always making fire out of like with his hands and that. And it's like, imagine being able to make fire with your hands. Imagine how empowering that is.
Yeah.
Confidence and that, like.
It's beautiful, that, isn't it?
It's mental.
It gives you empowering, like you say, yeah. And like you're out in nature and you're doing the things you love and you're connecting and you're giving back and you're creating, doing it all.
Yeah, man.
I'll watch that, bro. Definitely, thank you.
100%. Yeah, definitely. I would imagine you'd enjoy it. Last question I always ask people is, what's the meaning of life to you?
The meaning of life to me, experience, everything.
Experiencing new stuff.
Experience, not everything that you hold in your heart, everything that's in your vision, in your mind is for you to experience. So that is really what you want to be striving for. Them visions and them goals and everything that is held in here is only specifically unique. So that is what life means to me, is everything that's in here, everything that comes through, I will experience it.
If you're thinking about it, you got a take note of it and make actions and go on it.
Make actions, because like, and then don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like changing, or like constantly changing and going with the flow, like being in the flow. But the meaning of life, experience it all, and you will find happiness.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, follow the heart.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you, brother.
I really enjoyed that.
It's been amazing, G.
Yeah, man.
I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. You should do one with Tim, if he'll have you. I reckon that'd be...
He's meant to do one with me, yeah.
Yeah, man. I've watched a few of his and, well, I've only watched clips. I haven't watched full ones, to be fair. But he's quite an inspirational guy, and yeah, man. Sick. Thank you very much.
Thank you, bro. That was amazing.
How did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it was good.
Hey up, thanks for listening to that episode with me and Tom. Yeah, it's quite an interesting conversation, I think, and Tom's quite a lot of fun to talk to, actually. Makes me laugh quite a lot. But yeah, subscribe for more in the future, and see you again.